Hello and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. Thank y'all for showing up today. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel, where we are focused on everybody being all around natural beauty and just healing and all that good stuff there. And we're just excited because we're just putting this together. We're building this community, and each day we're getting more and more information on our dear soul sister, Miss Shanquella Robinson. And today, has just been evolving all throughout the day. There's been some new breaking news that we're gonna put out there. All right, we got some people coming in here. I see Jackie Barty. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Y'all go ahead and do me a favor. Hit the like button on your way in here because we got a lot of talking to do. And today's video has just been every hour or so. I've just been getting more and more different information, and we're gonna have some breaking news. I'm pretty sure later tonight from the lead attorney. So I'm just super excited because we're going to get some questions answered. Like yesterday, for those of y'all who was here with me last night, it kept coming out in the chat. We had questions about, if they were telling us stories or not, like if they were being honest, these reporters over there from Mexico. All right, we got some more people coming in. Hey, Ty Lieber says, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. And we're giving roses out over here, all right, for our beauties. Thank you so much, Ty Lieber, for that. And so for today, when I, got online and was seeing that, a lot of people, not just us, were feeling, like we were being misled. We weren't being told the true story, and we're just, given a pile of poop. So today we're going to look at some videos and we're going to get some questions answered. And I'm just super excited because things are going to be moving on, and, we're not going to just sleep on this. One of the exciting things that we do over here, like I just want to give a shout out too for last night's session. It was so wonderful and so therapeutic because, this has really been affecting a lot of people. A lot of people have been affected by this because of our own traumas and stuff that we need to identify and heal from. And we were able to put our fingers on that last night and had a wonderful live. It was very rewarding for me. I felt good about that. That was extremely good. So I just want to take a moment too to give a shout out to all my new subscribers, all the new nurses who have been subscribing to me and representing for the nursing community and the medical field and all that stuff. It just really, really warms my heart because I know that, we've been holding back a lot for years, especially in the nursing field, because a lot of things that, we do have to stay in there. What happens in the field stays in the field. All right, thank y'all for showing up here. Okay, Rebel Man. All right, good morning to all. That's right, you're over there in Australia where it's morning. It's afternoon, late afternoon over here. We're approaching the evening. But thank you for joining us again, Rebel Man. Appreciate your support. All right, thank you so much. There we go. Keeping up the love in here. Superstar Graham, all right, good evening there too. So, like I said, I'm just really getting fired up about this because every time, you start feeling like, things aren't happening, more and more people with this whole social media, internet, and all that stuff, they're not able to get away with, giving us a little story and then, things die down. People are being able to see through this stuff, and because we lifting our voices and actually speaking out, they have no choice but to hear us. So I appreciate all of the voices that we are here to lift up. Really appreciate it. Kyliba says, shout out to the new subscribers and welcome. Yes, welcome. We are here to love and support one another on our own self journey to self-love, to be able to love other people, right? So we have established over here that you need to love yourself first. All right, I'm loving these roses that's going out there. In case is a miss. I'm disappointed. Yeah. So again, I don't even know if we were at the status of a case, because we were all concerned about, is the person actually really arrested, because we didn't have any type of proof. Nobody was really for sure. And so, now we're questioning, because we're getting lately, the information that we've been receiving has been from the Mexican media. So those were questions that we, were having and stuff. So I got some really good videos set up too, because one of the other things that we've been talking about all week on this platform is that seems like every live, the question comes up of where people are questioning, the gender of Deajhanae. And then we had conversation last night where we're talking about, sometimes that field of people have problems with anger and, putting women in jeopardy, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a valid concern that people have, and, it keeps coming up. So what I wanted to do was to play a video, and then, so we can tie it together, because everything happens for a reason, and there's reason for all this stuff, and it's a reason why people felt like they saw something or something like that. Subconscious mind is very powerful, and sees all. All right, Ty Lieber at Rebel Man says, good morning. All right, we're gonna take you where you're at. So subscribe this morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate the sub. Teresa Edwards says, your lives are awesome. Yay, justice for Shanquella. Thank you all. Thank you to all of the nurses. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so grateful that we nurses are getting, commitment, and people really respecting the field and stuff. Because for a long time, y'all really wasn't doing that. We didn't really start getting no type of notoriety until to the pandemic. But I'm just grateful that we were getting it now and stuff like that too. But thank y'all for supporting and shouting out the nurses. Yes. And Ty Lieber says, let's get the likes up. Okay, yeah, I can see. Well, yeah, we pretty, y'all doing good. Y'all doing good. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. So I'm just excited about how this show is kind of going. That's why, the title has been, so it's been changing throughout the day, because I just felt like certain videos, these are very short videos, and they are pertinent to what we're, what's going on here today and stuff like that. And that I, finding these little nuggets, and then a super nugget, for later on tonight at the on the lead attorney's channel. He is a 20-year attorney. He has a YouTube channel, and he has been on top of this case, and he speaks Spanish, and he's got a direct connection with this Geraldo reporter guy, over there in Mexico. So, we can, all the questions and things that we were having last night, we can, put them together. And that way, when we go over there to that live, we'll be armed with our questions, and then we'll have the unity of all the beauties over there to support, Shanquella, to make sure that we're getting justice and we getting answers to what's been going on, and to these stories they've been showing us in the social media. So thank y'all for showing up. All right, we got more and more people coming in here, and then we're going to get started with the first video. And like I said, okay. Here we go. Rebel Man says, I'm not a nurse, but have worked with medical imaging. Okay, yeah. So you're all part of the community and stuff. Part of the community. We all work together, in the medical field and stuff like that. So grateful for everybody who's supporting and representing the medical field. It's awesome field to be in. So I'm going to shout out a few new subscribers while we wait for a few more people to get in. Then we're going to start off with a video from a new show that I just found today. This popular YouTuber, the Phillip Scott Show. And it was a real interesting video. And yeah, we're going to play that. And then I'm going to tie in those questions and all those kind of things too. I think I'm going to show y'all the video first, and then I'm going to break down that anatomy again afterwards. Yeah. I think that'll be smart. That'll be smart. That way I won't feel like I'm trying to sway um y'all's um y'all's thoughts about it. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and open up that video. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, so there's a little commercial playing. We get ready to share the screen here. And this video is from the Phillip Scott show. And the description is in the link is in the description box for that video. And so y'all be able to see it too. But I'm about to share the screen.
And it did nothing for you. Sure, CBD products are good for some people in some uses, but it really doesn't get you.
Let me know if y'all can hear that
for you.
before I share the screen here.
You high. And it's not that paranoid.
You know, in 2022.
Right. Whoops. Okay, I'm not sharing screen. Here we go. Share the screen. Perfect. All right. Ooh, it's a lot of comments. Okay, here we go. This is the Phillip Scott show, and the title of this video is Sista Warn Trans Women Not to Play a Dangerous Game by not disclosing their trans to straight men. All right. Y'all can hear me? That's what that yes is for? Good. All right. So here we go. It's 11 minutes. All right. So it's a very important video. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this.
We live in a strange time. I remember back in the day, there were people definitely were in the LGBT community. They always have been around. But they was kind of just, you would have to know exactly where those circles are at to, engage in some things. But today, everything's out in the open. Now, this one sister going to tell a story about something that we have seen many times before, just looking in the news about this trans woman, because some of them think it's funny trying to fool men who are straight and don't engage in any kind of LGBT behavior. Let's go ahead and review it.
A quick story, similar to the transgender Hennessy. I had a friend many, many years ago who was.
No, there was this, I think that's the one she's talking about. There was this trans, woman that was out here, putting out all these guys that they were fooling with. And, this particular one was working at a strip club. Nobody knew this was a trans woman. I think this one had to actually opt the gender reassignment surgery, not the ones who are, didn't have the surgery. But yeah, that's a big scandal going on with that one. And, if y'all interested in hearing that scandal, we can talk about that here, because fooling straight men and thinking it's a joke to fool them, you're playing a dangerous game. But let's continue.
Wow. Transgender male becoming female. And let's just call her Destiny. And so she would pick up dudes in a bar and would not disclose to them that she was a male. And she would come.
Very dangerous to do and just downright wrong. You should disclose. Hey, listen, this is my situation. Are you cool with that? And that would be the end of the problem.
Work and tell stories about her encounters with the men and their, nights, their little rendezvous. I remember vividly telling her one day she's going to pick up the wrong one. So one day I was on my way to work. I used to work outside the office, going in and out, doing audits and things like that. And my then boyfriend called me and asked me if I had heard from Destiny. And I told him, I said, no, I haven't talked to them. And he said, well, she hasn't come to work yet. And then he asked me if I heard from her roommate. Let's just call the roommate Scott. So I told him, no, I haven't heard from Scott either. So I just hang up the phone and go about my regular work. Then my cell phone rings again, and it's my then boyfriend. And he says to me that Destiny was killed. So of course I'm in denial of it. And I'm like, well, I'm driving to their house because I knew where they lived and I had been to their house before. And he was begging me, don't go over there. Don't go over there. Please don't go over there because the police are there. He then puts our department mother on the phone, and she begs me. She's like, baby, do not go over to that house because the police are there. I was devastated. What I found out had happened was, once again, Destiny had picked up a guy at a bar and did not disclose that she was a male. She always had this tendency to come home drunk, stumbling, falling over things, and breaking lamps from just walking up the stairs. So that night, her roommate assumed that she was drunk. He was in his bedroom asleep. He had no idea that she had brought company home, and all the crashing and the banging and the booming was him, the guy, murdering Destiny. Scott didn't get out of the bed to check on Destiny. He just assumed she was just drunk off her ass, making all this noise. Little did he know she was in the room getting strangled to death.
Wow.
The next morning, Scott awakened, walked into Destiny's bedroom, found her under the sheet, came in the room to say we were going to be late for work. He pulls the sheet back and finds Destiny dead. That's why you transgender people need to disclose what you were beforehand.
Yeah, that's tragic. You know what happened.
All right, so the reason why y'all may be thinking, like, why is she playing this? The reason why is because it's come up too many times, and multiple other YouTubers are reporting, it's been suspicious. People are questioning the gender, right? All these things are relevant. We see how people feel a certain way. And then last night, for those of you who was on the show, we had a common sense expert to come up here to say how that community of people are, extra violent towards women. There's some things up in there. And then we also heard that they're, calling this a femicide. And then, we had read the definition of femicide, and it's just all these different things, right? So people were kind of questioning this, and it's a reason why. Like, now let's listen to what this gentleman is saying about it. He's tying it up now. He is a male, right? Obviously a heterosexual male. I'm even not allowed to say that word. But anyway, he's going to give his perception on this, right? So y'all can see that's not coming biased from us women, because, we get told. Anyway, go ahead.
Very, very tragic. But, you need to let people know, because some of them say, well, why should I have to say anything? I am a woman, XYZ. This is how I identify and all of that. And that may be, how you feel, but if you're going to sit up here and try to fool with men that want to be with women.
Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. On that note, I'm about to show this here. All right. So remember the other day, I think it was yesterday, I had showed y'all the skeleton, right? And we had talked about the difference, because just because a person can get cosmetic surgery, they could have a reassignment surgery. All those things are just topical, right? Because we established that if you find bones, right? We find these bones in the woods, that they are able to determine the sex of the victim of the bones. They're able to determine the sex, and if it was male or woman, by this here pelvis bone here, because this, for those of you who have taken anatomy and physiology, and had to study the bones and stuff, that the difference in the skeleton is in this here pelvic bone, because we're designed to carry babies, right? So that's why we have to have this little curvature in our spine, and our pelvis has to be tilted so it's like a bucket to be able to hold the baby in there, right? So and this part here has to expand for childbirth, right? See, the pelvis dilate to 10 centimeters, right? So this here could not be accomplished on a transgender individual. If you have a XY chromosome, you will have a skeleton that is different from an XX chromosome, right? So we wanted to establish that, and here's the proof on that. So maybe one of the reasons why a straight guy might get offended at that is because it's different inside. We had said, remember last night when I was telling y'all about the transgender who was shot, and we were going to do the surgery on him, and had to have a different setup because males and females are different on the inside, right? So, again, and then we talked about, delusional thinking and things like that, that if you have a child that is anorexic, right? Anorexic people starve themselves because they see themselves as overweight and fat, right? They do things like excessive exercising, they starve themselves, they do all these things. And as a parent, you would take your child to get help, right? We're not taught to agree with delusional thinking, right? Because we look at the child, and if they're underweight because they're starving themselves, would you tell that child that, that says, oh, I'm a fat cow? Would you agree with the child and say, yes, you're, or anybody, even an adult who's having delusional thinking? We are not taught to support delusional thinking. We're supposed to redirect the person to reality, right? But we don't do that when it comes to the transgender. So why are they any special, right? We would have to redirect that individual who's suffering from anorexia. We know that that's a mental situation that needs to be dealt with, right? So we wouldn't go around telling everybody to say, oh, so-and-so thinks she's fat, so when you see her, make sure you call her a fat cow because she believes she's fat. Okay, when you see her, make sure you call her a fat cow because she thinks she's fat. We don't do that. We wouldn't do that. So why are we going around telling everybody that my son identifies as a female, so make sure you call him her, and all these things, right? Why are we doing that? I feel like we're being gaslit by society to be controlled a certain way, right? I mean, come on, like why else would we do that? And then we're sitting up here. Okay, that's another little soapbox. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out there because I'm going somewhere with this here. So the other story. So what do y'all think about that first? Like I said, it's been coming up. Let me go up here and see if I had some comments or questions on this here thing. Oh. All right. Beverly Foster says, hi, could someone tell me why that reporter Geraldo is wearing a white bubble jacket and in hot behind Mexico? That's a good question. And like I said, too, the lead attorney is going to be going live later tonight with this guy on, so we may have access to get some questions and stuff answered. This is one here. I hadn't seen the picture with the outfit that you're talking about on here, but yes, good question here. Rebel Man says, have you all hit the like for today's good vibes? Thank you so much. All right, I appreciate that. Let's see if Rebel Man has a wrench over here. Yes. All right, perfect. All right, so here's our sound check was good. All right, thanks, Beverly. We give them some hearts and loves over here. All right, Ty Libra as well. All right, thank y'all so much. I appreciate the support in the chat here at Beverly Fosters. I think he came to the U.S. and not acclimated to the weather. So was the picture of Geraldo is here, or I thought he was in Mexico? All right. Okay. OMG. Was that to the slaughtering of the transgender who didn't identify himself? Let's see. Copyright disclaimer. All right. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Thank you very much, Ty Lieber, for making sure that we give out the copyright disclaimer. Appreciate that. All right. So let's see, where else was I at? And that was one of the new things that's kind of, changing up how we were thinking as far as like, are they telling us lies? Are these real truths and stuff like that? Because we were trying to look for some stories from our local newses. like ABC or CBS or something like that, and we were all having difficulty in getting those things, getting any type of access from that. So I'm gonna kind of fast through this commercial here, but I'm put it on mute so y'all won't be bothered with the noise. And then here we go. And then we're gonna finish out what Mr. Phillip Scott has to say. It's only a few more minutes, y'all, but I think it's super interesting that we that we listen to this from a male's perspective, right? It's super important again to tie in the reason why women, and then we saw last night that common sense experts also was, reluctant to address those transgenders. We were saying that, men were being arrested or, could be in trouble by having, any type of contact with them. If, it's like they have special rights, right? Let's see here. The new person up in here, Helen Henry said, if Ty Lieber says, tossing roses to the chat. Thank you so much. I love those roses. I can smell them. All right, so we're going to get back here and let Mr. Scott finish his story here. One moment, y'all.
Say something. Because usually from what I've seen over the years of these stories, is usually two instances why a guy will flip out and, take you out of here. One, you tricked him. You had your surgeries, you tricked him, and by the time he got there, he found something else in your pants that wasn't supposed to be there, and he just lost it because I was sitting up here kissing a man.
Right.
No,
the space will be different too.
Kiss a man, don't want to have any relation with a man in that way. Straight men love women and everything about a woman. Straight men say it's nothing about a man I like. Nothing in that area. The second kind of guy that would, do something to a trans woman is a guy who do engage in that behavior, but he's closeted with it. And when this trans woman say, "Oh, well, I'm going to expose you before the world," a lot of times that triggers them to, take them out of here too. That's like the two instances that
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because some of the other talk that I was hearing was that Shanquella was in the process of exposing some of them. Had anybody heard that she was in the process of exposing, some, hanky-panky kind of stuff going on between people that was identified as, something other? Nobody heard that? I saw a few videos and people were, connecting those dots together. Right? No, nobody heard that. I was the only one. I just can't believe that I was the only one that heard that. Where my glass? Here we go. Nobody heard that for real. But anyway, I just think that it's significant that he said, that there's two things that could happen as a result of that, right? And if it's true that she, learned something was going to expose it, maybe somebody, like you said, there's, two incidents, and they both made sense to me, and I could actually see both reasons, right? It's always usually a reason for things that make it worse. But yeah, what are y'all thinking here? Yes, Sylvia Claiborne. All right, hello, welcome to the chat. It's a new name. All right, and Helen Henry says, if Shanquella had $17,000 cash on her, why didn't they pay the $5,000 to take her to the hospital? No excuses. They all need to get life in prison. Yes, that's a good point there. That just shows too that it was all lies, right? Or they didn't care. Like they didn't want to use her money to save her because they, knew that there was nothing to save, right? Right? Because if we believe the death certificate, which we had learned, I think a couple of days ago, that there may or may not even be a real autopsy that was done, and that a death certificate is different than an autopsy report, and they were doing the word salad, word play, and interchanging these words to where it was even affecting us. Like I had noticed I was using the terms interchangeably because I didn't know that they were two different. So yeah, greed. Exactly. Let's see. I heard it. Yep. You got somebody else agreeing with you. Sylvia says, I heard it. And Ty Lieber says, I heard that. Oh, okay. No, y'all heard that. Okay, what I was saying. Thank you. I be a little late sometimes with the chat, but now I see what y'all talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's why I'm playing this video. Like it seems like it's kind of off the subject, but this is relevant because this kind of thing, you know, we know it, we're talking about it because we saw on the video what happened with Shanquella, but what about the many other victims that this has happened to that, you know, went unnoticed, right? That you know, that just was another, you know, another body count or something, right? So that's why I think it's important that we, you know, show the thing that if there is something out there that could be viewed and to help us connect the dots, then, you know, we're going to do that. We need to do that. Said I heard that, but she knew the pronoun of her best friend, Callie. So was So are this person's genders in question too? I wonder if it was like I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but I don't know. But like I said, these are valid questions. These are valid concerns, right? Because if this is true, then, you know, we got to be aware of those kind of things. So if you are in company with people like that, that there's a chance that, you know, something negative could happen, right? Because if we're allowing the person with delusional thinking to lead the way, you know what I mean? Like, when would we be listening to the person with the anorexia, right? About how to eat and stuff, right? When would we let that person dictate how the meals should go and how when would that happen? But we do this, you know, right? Delusional thinking is delusional thinking, right? I mean, I hope you guys are seeing like where I'm coming from with this, because, you know, even in our nursing education, you know, we do study psych nurse and stuff like that. And, you know, have to learn how to take care of people like with, you know, schizophrenia and stuff like that, that have hallucinations and delusions. Never are we taught to agree with the delusional thinking or the hallucinations. And it happens to older people too, right? You know, they have sometimes get hospital delirium, right? And they may see their puppy dog or their old cat or a cow, something, right? You know, it ain't no cow over there, but you're not supposed to agree with the person. You say, I know that you see a cow over there. However, such and such, there is no cow there. I'm in the room. There's no cow in here. I do not see the cow. You don't agree with the delusional thinking. I do not see a woman trapped in a boy's body. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't do that. You wouldn't do that to your child for other reasons, but yet you would do it to a child to promote some other agenda. So we just need to wake up and think about who we are allowing to lead us, right? we letting them make these rules and stuff, and then they protect it. So you can't even really say nothing about it. It's like, you know, we letting, you know, who's in charge here? Okay. All right. Sylvia says, Kylie, who is her BRD? I don't know those initials, y'all. I'm 51, so some of this young people talk, I really don't know. BRD, best something. I don't know. Somebody let me know what that mean up in the chat here. Let the old lady know. Shanquella's best friend, Kylie, is you. Okay. Huh. They were roommates in college. Okay. So, you know, for all those people that be chiming up in here trying to be offended that people are questioning this, like, if this person, the best friend, is this here G word, right? So it's not like it's highly unlikely that they would be in contact with some people from that community, right? That's not like a far-fetched, lofty dream or so far off, right? So, but at least if we put light on this, and we could start protecting ourselves, because not only are women, in a dangerous situation here too, some of these men are, because I'm pretty sure, the man who had to unalive the Destiny person that she's talking about in that video didn't wake up that morning saying, yeah, I'm gonna go, send somebody to the upper room, right? But when you are tricked like that, just we heard what this brother said, you just never know what's gonna happen, right? So now that person, then it's dangerous for them too, because now you have possibly traded your freedom, because you have to pay for that for the crime and stuff, right? So this is a serious situation, and light definitely needs to be shed on it, and we shouldn't have to be keeping our mouths shut and hold secrets while people with delusional thinking is their views and points are respected, but other people, we don't get no respect. All right, I get no respect here. Ty Lieber says, here's another one of these things. I'm a something. One patient said her husband was standing next to me, looking he's expired. Okay, I know I'm messing that all up. Okay, lady. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm trying. And Sylvia says her best friend is an openly gay man. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. So, it at least gives me a little, peace to know that, it's not a lofty, when people keep coming up with this possible, we're concerned about people's genders and stuff. All right, got welcome. The red lipstick hustler Lily says hi. Hello, let's give her some roses. Welcome, welcome. All right, Talib says, okay, thank you. Okay, so, that's the L, laughing okay. I think I learned that one. I forgot that one. Okay, thank you so much for hipping me. Sometimes I get nervous about that kind of stuff. And laughing okay, I got that. Funny. All right, so we still got a few more minutes, and we're gonna finish up. But whenever I see these little points, it's like I want to just take a pause just so to connect the dots, so y'all don't think I'm just trying to attack a community or something like that. And they do that too, so people don't, right? So it's just ways so we can not get justice here. So let's go ahead and finish sharing. Here we go.
I've seen constantly on when things happen to trans women, but the tricking and there's another term they called it. I think they said stealthing or something like that. If you trying to just trick these straight men and not try to fool, I guess, the men that want to engage in that behavior with you, you're playing a very dangerous game, very very dangerous game. So if you're doing that, please stop, because like this sister said, you're going to meet the wrong one, and it's not going to be a good thing for you. I mean, I'm so glad that I'm a married man of almost 11 years.
All right.
I'm not out there like some of you men are, looking for women. Because, see, this is the thing about the trans thing and why a lot of men are getting fooled. At one point in time in America, look, just go back and even look at the music videos from the 90s. I was like, I was in the gym. I was on the treadmill. And I was looking at, it was an Emery, that song, One Thing. I was watching the video, Common, Come Close, Mary J. Blige. What other video I was watching? Donnell Jones, you know what's up. Those video right there, Left Eye. If you just go look at the videos and look at the women and how they was presented, how they looked in that time period, natural beauty. Okay. And usually, even that time period when you had trans women, you would know they're trans because the makeup they was doing, everything was just eccentric with them. They look like a caricature of a woman versus real natural, biological women. But today we have biological women doing so much fake things to themselves that, unfortunately, a lot of you guys who's dating a trans woman and a biological woman look the same now
Y'all
Because
hear
they're
that?
getting the same surgeries, they're wearing the same makeup, everything's the same. Now they got all this medical advancements with, all this hormone therapy they're giving them now, and taking away like a deep voice like mine and making them sound like a lady and all of that with all this hormone therapy.
Right.
And,
I'm just gonna pause right there just to say that. Okay, so remember how I was telling y'all, because I know has a point there as far as like a lot of men may even be a little scared about how do you recognize, how can you tell, especially when some of them are going out there tricking you, right? Those are narcissistic type moves when they wear this mask and try to pretend to be somebody that they're not, right? So one way to tell is, like I said, the skeleton is always the same. There's no getting around that. So you can check the back. A real female is going to have a curve in the back. So put your when you check that small of the back, see how that back feel. That's a good way. Y'all remember that movie Ray Charles where he would grab the lady's wrist to see if she was fine or not, right? So there's certain bones that you can touch and feel to check to see, right? Because brother Phillip Scott here is correct. Like, it is hard to tell, right? But there are certain things that you have to look for, right? And get past all of the makeup, get past all of the hormones where you're going to have fat deposited. Y'all need to stop this looking at the booty and look at those hips, right? Females, real females, we're curvy. We are, we make curves. Men make like squares and boxes and squares and stuff. So if you see that straight back, be suspicious, and then just check that back. If you don't feel no arch, I would, keep it moving, keep it moving, right? Or just flat out ask, when you were born, did you have a Y chromosome? Remember, XX chromosome equals female, biological female, and XY is a male, right? And so you can feel however you want to feel, but the reality is the reality. And we are here about living in reality. We're not going to be supporting delusional thinking, because that is incorrect. That's incorrect behavior to support delusional thinking. All right. And Ty Lieber says at Red Lipstick Hustler, welcome with a rose for the beauties. All right. And Ty Lieber says, remember to smash the like button. Yes, remember to smash the like button. Thank you so much. And he's right. Phillip Scott being right. I agree. This is my first time to, I don't know how the algorithm fed this video to me, but I appreciate it too for sending it to me, because this guy is correct. And I really like, he does an excellent job too with these videos. Very nice video, and he's doing a good job. He is correct. And I was grateful that he shed light on that, because it helped me to see, because I was wondering, I was like, why is everybody, saying that? It's because, like I said, your subconscious knows what it sees, right? Your subconscious kind of can tell, right? But he's correct with all these different surgeries and stuff like that. People are forgetting the actual body frame of a real woman, right? Like I said, check that back. Check the back, and if it ain't got no little curve in it, send it back. If you are, looking for a real woman, right? And hey, M Mac, you can't even tell. You can't even tell by the hair. Most women wearing wigs and weaves, you don't know until it's too late. That is true. That's true. And I feel for some of you men out there, because it's easy to, y'all get distracted. Y'all get distracted. Y'all are driven by a whole other motivation. And I think that's probably how the transgendered people are able to exploit that in y'all, because just y'all instinct to go, seek it out, to go seek, seek the real peppers. And you can see too, how it's made differently, right? See there, this here, the womb is so different. So it's just like getting a tattoo, right? I'm talking about the people when they get these reassignment surgeries. You can't do that, right? These are doctors, right? They're not God, right? They don't understand the whole nervous system and all that stuff. Who knows? I mean, like you probably risking all kind of stuff if you start to mutilate your genitalia. Like, who's going to ensure that you're going to even be able to achieve a climax if you go slice off your? I mean, okay. Anyway, let me see. Okay, I just wanted to go that little route there because I know it is out there and people are, wanting to know how this is going down, especially some of y'all men, like I said, that's been tricked. And then now you're forced to be in a position where you got to kill somebody, unalive somebody or, hurt them bad or something like that. You know what I mean? Somebody, so that's why check the back first before you even, and just ask. Sometimes you might just have to flat out look them in the eye and ask, And now they're trying to change the law, let people change their birth certificates and stuff, right? Just to keep us confused. So we need to be staying aware of this kind of stuff, y'all. We need to stay aware of this kind of stuff. All right. So here, Rebel Man says, so right, men have no hips. Yeah. So when you see the transgender people that have taken the hormones, they'll have, it'll be a fat booty, but it'll be really straight and, right. And then the widest part is going to be up high. Women hips are going to be low, right? They're going to be low below the crotch because remember, we got to deliver the baby, right? So that's why our hips our hips are low because the baby got to come out, right? And the men, theirs are high because no baby's coming out, right? So that's how you can tell. They can take the hormones and it'll deposit fat in different areas, change the tones of the vocal cords, you know what I mean? They'll change those kind of things like that. However, you cannot change the skeleton. And that's how you're able to tell. Even this here clavicle bone, they're longer because men, their shoulders extend out. That's why, like women, when we walk, we have to kind of swing our arms to kind of keep up because, we don't have that extension. So that's what gives them a longer reach, and arms will be longer too. So there's certain physical bodies, like even a tall woman is still going to have, that S shape in the back, because she's got to have a uterus and all that stuff. Like we were designed a special way, like, you know what I mean? These doctors and stuff, they can do all kind of, ectomies and slice off stuff and cut off things and try to, do a plasty and make a, but it's not real. It's not going to work, right? It's not going to work. It's not going to even feel the same entering into a pelvis that's not wide enough to hold in the womb. And that's going to, so, you're not going, it's not the same, right? So anyway, I didn't want to be too graphic, but, I'm trying to tell it to y'all as black and white as possible. For those of you who've taken anatomy and physiology, even, y'all, they had to tell you, learn the bones and stuff, right? This here, pelvis bone fuse and all that good stuff. All right, so let me see y'all over here chatting it up. Let me catch up before I get too far behind. Superstar Graham said, some women are built funny like a square. That is true, but they will still have the curve in the back and the tilted pelvis. I know what you mean. Like some people have, but there's still going to be curves in there. Still curves, right? Some women are more curvaceous. However, the design of the skeleton is still going to have the hips below and, the elbows meeting in the waist. So that's another little thing you can do too, because those arms will be extremely long on an XY chromosome, right? So it's just certain, body parts, but the back and the pelvis area is, there's no changing that. Like I said, like you're correct, Supergram, some women are built funny, but there's still things that are particular to women only, just like there are things that are particular to men only. We have, and we prove that by the theory of when they find bones, skeletal remains, they can even tell the, not only the gender, but actually the nationality of the person, the race of the person, by the skull. So, hey, Madeline. Hey, Natural Beauty and Beauties. All right, we got the roses going too. Welcome back. All right. Thank you so much for coming back. M Max says, watch how they talk to Black transgender men frequently call real Black men boy. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, because boy is a prison term for gay men in prison. They call them boys, right? I know that because I've been vegging out. I used to anyway, veg out on these prison channels and stuff just to hear and see what's going on in there. And yeah, in some prisons they call them they call them boys, right? Wow, very deep. Thank you for bringing that out, M Mac. Appreciate it. The red lipstick hustler Lily says, "Thank you, Ty, as for those roses, huh? I know. Yep, just loving up the chat. No sound. Uh-oh. Let's see. Superstar Graham says, I don't have big cheeks, but I was blessed with big jugs. Yeah, that's but it's still all good for a woman, right? There's no, we got the curves, we got the juice, baby. I can't fake that. You can't get it, you can't have it added on. It is what it is. Talib said men are visual beings. Yeah, so you better make sure that you be more tactile too. And because you can get you can get tricked by if you're just going on these visual things, because sometimes y'all be just looking at the size of the booty and not where the hips is located, right? So like I said, take that back too. Check the back and take a step back and see. Also the gait, the walk, right? We walk differently because of the muscles, right? Like women, the hamstring muscle is bigger. It's just we're built differently. We're built differently, and our gait is different. Women, that's why we kind of walk with a sway. It's not like we're trying to switch. It's just that's just how it has to be because of this this pelvis bone that has to be wide, and so that's why that's done, and that's why the transgender people could practice it as much as y'all can, and y'all have your own special way to do it, but it will never be the real deal because of the pelvis bone. Y'all pelvis is not equipped to be able to roll like that. Sorry. Let me stop so nobody be upset with me. But hey, you got to just accept who you are. You know what I mean? Like I can't change me. I can't change the fact that I'm brown skinned Black woman with curly hair. Right? I got to accept me for me. And I can't change the fact that I was I was an XX chromosome, and so that give me different parts than you with the XY. So that's just how it is. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's just what it is. Accept. All right. Ty says, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Yes, sharing is very important. Sharing is caring, right? So we can, get the people over here. We're talking about the truth, and we're just, putting science out there, right? We're not doing anything other than that. All right. Hey. And see. Superstar Graham said, ask for baby pictures. But I'm laughing, but that's true though. I mean, like now you gotta let me see what you was looking like in the second grade, huh? Right, because and then for us to believe that it's not possible that this could take place when we have, shows like I Am Jazz. I'm sure y'all may have heard about this and stuff like that. Like it's not uncommon. Like they've been, this has been happening since forever, right? This is just what's been going down. This is how it is. So we just need to be aware of it and stuff like that too. And then that was really a message for people, to not do that, because you can end up being checked out of here if you trigger somebody's outrage for being lied to like that, right? I mean, that's like the ultimate betrayal, because although the people were having this delusional thinking by saying that, they're in the wrong body or something like that, even in the animal world, okay, like I've been telling y'all, I got my little puppy dog who's about 6 months old, going on 7 months. It's a pit bull puppy, right? So he's a puppy, but he's big, right? And dogs, they have a nature and all that stuff. And this is a male pit bull puppy. And there's a certain nature that happens with dogs, right? They just do a certain nature. There happens to be some dogs in the back of my house. There's some people, and they have a girl dog and a boy dog. And their dogs had come under the fence into my yard, right? And one of their dogs was a female dog, and I guess there's some type of a scent or some type of something that the female dog puts out that it drives all of the male dogs crazy. Like they will do when she comes out, they're all barking and carrying on. And even my little puppy, he just tailed his wagging, and his face, he's just lit up to get to this female dog. So the male dog, I guess he's smelling something too. So now he's aroused. He's like, I'm about to get somebody. So he tried to hump my boy puppy. And just the instinct of the puppy alone, even though he was aroused trying to get something too, he knew that he wasn't supposed to be mounted by this male dog. And in his little puppiness, and like I said, this other pit bull was super huge. He was still ready to scrap for his. He was about to go down. He was about to go down for the fight. He was not allowing that dog to take his backs like that. So that's what I'm saying. So y'all doing this here, lying and concealing and all that kind of stuff. Even, that's not fair, because that true man and his instinct, he would not have done that if you didn't trick or fool him. So this is a public service announcement to any of those people that do that. Y'all heard that you rolling the dice with your life. You're rolling the dice with your life. So anyway, hopefully, Superstar Graham say, ask for the baby picture. Show me the proof. Madeline says, hey, at Rebel Man. All right. And the Red Lipstick Hustler, Lily says, they changed birth certificates and license. Some use fake baby pics. They get BBLs. Wow. Okay. So, wow. And that goes with what Phillip Scott was saying, that with nowadays with the surgeries and stuff, that you have real women actually, getting, these surgeries to look a certain way, and it's confusing, right? It's confusing. That's why I was just saying to think about y'all's instinct, right? Like I said, my little puppy dog was like, hey, what do he knew he wasn't supposed to get, you ain't supposed to be trying to mount me, right? And that, a dog will fight to the death before he'll allow another dog to take his backs, right? That's just how it is. That's instinct. Instinct. And that's sad that people will go through such measures to fool you and trick you, right? And then expect you to be okay with it. And those are narcissistic moves again. So that's why we always tie all these things back together. It says, yes, Ty Lieber, laugh out loud. All right, we got some superstar stuff up in there. Everybody is being kind and gentle in the chat. Superstar Graham said, men also have broad shoulders. Yeah, like I was saying, this here, clavicle bone is longer because you can tell by the shoulders, it will extend more out. See how my arms like kind of just they drop right there out of the shoulders? It's not extended. And I wish I had a big skeleton so I could show y'all, but I'll probably one day look up the skeleton so we can just look at it and see, right? And but they'll say that there's some women with broad shoulders, but just look at the shoulder, like here, right? You can't fake this, right? See how my arm just kind of drops right down from my shoulder. And check the gait. Watch how they're walking, right? Like I said, women, we all have to kind of swing our arms a little bit because we don't have, the extension of our shoulders. So to keep our balance and stuff like that. That's why, that's why we have to walk a special way. We're not doing it on purpose. It's just how it is because we ladies. We ladies for real. Anyway, let me stop here. All right. Superstar Graham says some women have big shoulders too. Yeah, they'll have that pear shape, right? Yeah. Yeah. But you could still, there's still something, about it that, like I said, the puppy, I'm seeing how, men are really driven with this instinct. And maybe sometimes the sexual liberation of a transgendered woman is like something that they think like, oh, I desire this person that's free and giving up all these, stuff. And then, so yeah. Hi, Ty Lever. All righty. Okay. All right, we're giving out some more roses and stuff up in here. Rebel Man says, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Y'all, thank you so much. And thank you so much. I got a few more here to get caught up, and then we're going to finish out the rest of this video here. We're almost done. We're coming in for a landing, y'all. We are coming in for a landing. But I just thought this was extremely relevant. Like I said, there's other videos. I'm going to show y'all a video from Deajhanae Jackosn, who and then the lead attorney. It's all tied in together. Like I said, these little nuggets have just been popping out through the day, and so I'm just adding them on there to tie in the point to help go tie in what we've been talking about for the last few days. Hey, Beverly Foster said, I saw on Nip Tuck TV show, the man knew it was a fabricated vagina because the walls were smooth. Wow. See, like, these are just doctors. They don't know. They didn't design no bodies, our designer, you can't replicate that. And then, like I said, it's not even going to be the right amount of space. So it's not going to feel the same. You might as well get you a blow up doll and probably have better, better sensation with that. But that's why, because, it wasn't designed to be able to, wasn't designed to be penetrated. It wasn't. You don't have a wide pubic arch, right? So what's in design? And so that's a good point there. Beverly Foster, I sure thank you for bringing that up there. See, so y'all can see that not just making it, this is science. This here is facts. This is just, it is what it is. Superstar Graham said, calves and hands are a big giveaway too. Calves and hands. Yeah, probably too, because like I said, women, we just have curves, right? We just everything naturally curvy, and the calf muscle probably will be a good indicator too. But again, like I said, there could be women that really work out and, get, build up their calves or something like that. But the back is always going to change. Even a woman who may work out and get a muscular back is still going to have the curves. Like you can't, and they're going to have an arch in the back and a tilted pelvis, right? A good way to tell is that even like a young woman who hasn't had any children, so she'll have a flat abdomen, it'll still have like a little curve to it. But a transgendered woman is going to have it totally flat because they have flat pelvis. And that's another way to tell too. If that, that a low abdomen is not kind of pooched out, yep, can't fake that either, right? Can't fake it. It's just certain things that it is. But yes, those are some clues there. I would be suspicious of those hands and calves. But concrete way, check that back. Ty Lieber said, I have broad shoulders, but can do a mean backstroke in the pool. I love me some meat. Yes. Cool. All right. Hey, John Q. Good evening, Miss Natural Beauty. Good evening. Thank you so much. John Q was over here a few nights ago, and like I said, y'all heard me talking about we know the difference between the autopsy and the death report, death certificate. This man really broke it down. He came up and really broke it down with facts for real, how we were being misled, and the media was actually putting the word salad out there by announcing an autopsy and then stating a death certificate. They were doing a lot of little switcheroo stuff, little smoke and mirrors there. The red lipstick hustler Lily says, I worked on a TV show with someone that I thought was a man for 4 years, and one day that person came to me, came to my book signing and told me she's trans man. He was once a woman. I could not believe it. Wow. Hmm. Like I said, a lot of times, people present so all kind of ways. Like people could take the hormones, start growing facial hairs and all that stuff. Um, yeah, but the brain is still the brain, the bones still the bones. So that's interesting. I've seen some of these YouTubers, some videos and stuff too of people, that's gone through this kind of stuff too. So, and then also there's a lot of them that really suffer afterwards with regret, and it's sad that they should really show that to so many people, especially the young people too, that of the regret of the people that actually did it before they go and give up their birthrights, right? You know what I mean? To engage sexually, like, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's super sad, especially now that they're really, kind of swaying us on how to think about this kind of stuff. I'm gonna read a few more, then we're gonna finish up that video, and then like I said, we're gonna hear from the other video I was telling y'all about. And the good news is that we're gonna get a chance to hopefully be able to go to the lead attorneys live later on tonight and get our questions answered from Geraldo, the actual Mexican reporter. So we're going to have a direct, inside scoop to him via the lead attorney who speaks Spanish and is also a true, real attorney. All right. Hey, you in the bushes, smash the like. It's confidential. Thank you so much, Ty Lieber. You're doing a great job. All right. Good evening, everyone from John Q. Superstar Graham says, Ty, that's okay. They can still tell you that you are a woman. We all have different shapes and sizes, but we are still natural women. Yes, and that's what it's all about here, because you just being a woman makes you beautiful. Just being a woman makes you beautiful because it's just feminine essence. It can't be replicated. It can't be duplicated. You either got it or you don't, right? And don't be hating on those of us who just actually have it. It's just how it is. You either had a Y chromosome with the X from your mother, or you had two X's, right? So that's just how it is, and that happens at conception. So there's no changing it. There's no changing it. So if someone is telling you that they are something else trapped in there, I might as well I might as well tell you that I'm a pit bull. I'm a pit bull trapped in a lady's body, right? Y'all would try to get me help if I said that, right? Hopefully y'all get me some help if I said that. Hey, John Q. All right. I can hear. Yes. All right. Do it again. And we've got some greetings here. See, Superstar Graham says they have trans men too now. Yeah, some of these women are looking just like men, almost better. It's unbelievable. Exactly. And that goes for those trans men too. It's not fair for you to come up to a natural woman and not say, how you was born, right? You should give a person opportunity to say if they want to participate in something like that or not, right? Because because real women want real I'm not sure. I need to get me a list of appropriate words to be able to say on there, but so that's sad there too, that some of these women are pretending to be something that they're not too, and hopefully they're not trying to fool people, that can be open and say what you really is. Taliba says sound is great. Turn up the hearing aids. Okay, is that for our older people in the population? All right, Donna Delaney Barnes. Thank you. Welcome. New name here. Women thing. All right, yeah, it's a woman thing. I totally agree with you. And Mac, all right, giving up some laughing. All right, the red lipstick hustler says some use other baby pics. Okay. All right. So, like I said, some people will be extremely clever on trying to fool you and stuff like that too. So, like I said, the best thing to do is to really analyze these physical features that can't be changed, even the head size, right? Yeah. If that head is pretty big, that's another thing too. Check that the head, how big that head is. Because our heads are smaller because we are feminine. We got the smaller stuff. Talib said, "Let's get natural beauty in the algorithm. Thumbs up. Thank you. All right, we got roses and thumbs up and all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all, and we coming in here, hitting the like button. Thank you so much." All right, here's a new name, James Tippins. Come to Christ now. Okay, that's a good one there, right? Or, if come to Christ now. Superstar Graham says, in the future, the kids are going to be trans and you won't be able to use the pictures anymore. You're probably right because, like yesterday when I was saying about that, Dwayne Wade's son that he's petitioning the courts to allow him to abuse a child, right? Because the child is only 15 years old, right? To mutilate their genitalia. And I was telling y'all how I wanted to get my pit bull neutered, immediately because I didn't want no problems with him trying to go find the thing, right? But the vet, they told me no. They told me no because he was too young, right? So we show more humanity to animals than we do to people, right? When we would allow a parent to mutilate their child for some cosmetic reasons because of some baloney stuff, we said again, like that's that Munchausen syndrome by proxy to do that kind of stuff, right? And then we give these people special rights to live out their delusions and stuff. But anyway, that's another topic for me. But I feel strongly about that. And see, that's what's triggering this kind of stuff here. Come to Christ and be saved because of this whole type of Babylon stuff we living in and stuff. I feel you on that one. Repent and believe the gospel. Okay, James, we hear you on that one. Oh, shucks. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's 2. So Ty Lieber says, Superstar Graham, yes, indeed. All love. Yes, we all love up in here. I'm ready with Christ. I will always be. Exactly. And another thing too, that's not what it's about trying to live that life like that. That's how the Pharisees was all that stuff happening. It is not about that. So people need to recognize that those are all distractions too. All this religion and all that stuff. These are mental prisons, mental traps to keep you so they can manipulate you and control you. They're just ways to control people. You got to be free, really from all of that stuff. In order to evolve, you got to be free from that. You can't just go looking for a new master, right? So sometimes some people use religion as a way to, just be disciplined. All right. That male dog was by any means necessary time. Exactly. And like I said, this pit bull puppy, he's big, right? And I've taken him, he's been to puppy classes. He went to puppy class 1, puppy class 2. And none of the stuff that I was trying to do was working. I'm sitting up there saying, heel, hey, whoa, heel, come back, stop. And I was getting all the stuff. And he was just, his face looked different. I could totally tell that. I was like, oh, okay, he is trying to get him some stuff here. And whatever, fumes or pheromones was in the air, it was making all of the male dogs, even the ones that was like tied up in their yard, they was mad that some other male was getting access to the female dog. It was, they was all over. And two, you think about it, that's just the male instinct, period. So we need to be aware of that, ladies. Need to be aware of that. So you be able to hold what you have with way more esteem, and hold it with pride and stuff, because we have what they want so bad that they will step up in order to get it. It's up to us to raise the standards, right? It's up to us to raise the standards and make the men act correctly. You know what I mean? Act correctly. If you're not acting correctly, you won't get any. Won't get any. All right. Okay, we got some more stuff here. Let's see. I'm glad your dog is just straight. Must not live in Atlanta. But I was just trying to show y'all how even in the instinct of these animals, they know what's not natural, right? Because like I said, he was all for it. He was like feeling in the mood, he was in the mood for love, right? Just from whatever he was, feeling in the air. And it was affecting the other big dog, male dog too, to where he was like, I'm about to get somebody. I'm feeling like I'm ready to get down. Like, love is in the air, right? So he was trying to, he don't know, I'm trying to do something, but the instinct of my male puppy was like, oh, hell no, I'm not going for that. Even he felt like, he was smaller, but he was still trying to, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I will die trying, but I'm not going to let you put that in me. No way. I have an Audi too, mister. And so my doggy was not having it. Superstar Graham says, I want to know, why do you want to be a woman so bad? It's not this serious. I hate getting the monthly and gaining, losing weight all of the time. I know, right? But the good news is that once you get a little bit older, all that stuff goes away, and you get to go through menopause. You get to have all of the pleasures of being a woman without all that stuff too. So no more of that stuff. Unfortunately, you may occasionally suffer from a hot flash or two, but other than that, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience because it's wonderful. It's wonderful. You get to have all the fun without worrying about any of those things that come with all that other stuff like that, right? And but the hot flashes really aren't that fun. And Max says, they male dog barks like woof woof woofy woof. They was mad, like they was mad because my puppy was free. He wasn't on the chain, right? And so they see the female just frolicking around. Like I said, she probably wasn't even aware that she's throwing off all these signals. Or maybe, they're just doing this natural thing, mating is a natural thing. So, yeah. Superstar Graham says, I don't have kids yet, but I do have a little pooch. Yeah, good. Kids is overrated, right? So, if you ain't feeling it, don't even trip on it because it's overrated. And I'm saying that because I've contributed to society. I had 3 of them, and I could tell you, they're all good and they're doing their thing and stuff, but it's overrated. And the way things are set up here in this society with all the divorce, and nobody's actually, it's not even true, the picture that we've been sold this whole big lie, and it could be a very stressful situation to be in. So Gin and Juice. Hi, beautiful queens. We are doing a 12-hour shift today. Okay, Gin Juice. All right, let me see here. Only so far, 1 hour and 18 minutes. I don't know. We're gonna see. Don't be stirring nothing up in here. I don't care. You can stir it up. Do your thing. Gin Juice. I ain't seen you in a little minute. Welcome back. Let's see. What time is his live? I don't know. He hasn't stated it yet. I kind of have like an inside scoop on, that it's going to be coming up. Let me see if he's dropped any more scoops. Like I'm saying, y'all stick with me because I'm gonna lead y'all right into it. I got kind of an inside scoop on certain things. So as soon as I know, I'm gonna let y'all know. That way we can go over there, in the groves, in a big group of us to get on over there and do it. Let me see here. Let me turn it. Yeah. Yes. So so far we don't have a time, but like I said, I got the card here. I got the inside scoop here, and as soon as I find out, well, we don't know, because like I said yesterday, we were all in the chat box feeling like Geraldo was feeding us a dry bologna sandwich. You know what I mean? With no proof, no evidence, and stuff like that. So we were, we want to see some receipts. We want to be reassured. We need to be reassured that we're going to get justice. We're not going to just be silent after hearing, a few of these little stories and stuff. Let me see how. I'm way behind. Okay. All right. So here we go. Talib said the blank rate with gender reassignment has greatly increased. For biological men. Wow. And I would believe that is because for the gender reassignment, theirs is the most traumatic, right? Theirs the most traumatic. Like for the women, they're getting a plasty, right? So they're actually I'm not sure how the whole procedure goes, so I'm not going to even try to say that. But from what I did YouTube a few years ago, I went down this rabbit hole about the gender reassignment. I was really curious because I was like, how are they able to ensure that, like, how are you able to ensure that I'm still going to get an orgasm? A climax is orgasm. I can say that, right? Anyway, how are you going to assure that if I let you hack around? Like, why would anybody, entrust their genitalia to be hacked up when, like, I don't get it. By somebody who doesn't even understand how the whole function of that works, right? And that's probably why this here rate thing that Ty Lieber's speaking about is increasing, because once you've done it, it's not like you can just go, like if I got some fake boobs, right? And I, a few later down the road, I'm not happy with them, I can have it removed. But if I have a mastectomy, right? I can't go, I guess I can have some added, but they won't be real, right? So with them to do that, and then with their artificial vaginal area, it's not going to have the same effect because they don't have the space in the pelvis, so it's not going to be a pleasurable experience for anybody, for none involved. So they'll probably return to, anyway. So yeah, that's really sad. And I can pretty assure that, that's probably one of the major reasons why. Hey, Deborah Carr, love your live. You are so natural. Thank you so much, beautiful. There's a new beauty there. Thank y'all so much. All right, Deborah Carr, beauty. Haliba says, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. All right, y'all sharing this too, because I can see the chat is growing. Thank you so much for coming in and keeping up. Yes, Queen. All right. Say, giving my lovelies justice power. All right. Greetings, my lovelies. All right. Greetings, beauty. All right. Well, here we go. Luke Hazley, how are you? You don't play with Nature X. I agree. And so what's our Spanish word for today? I'm going to drop this link so Luke Hazley can give us our Spanish word for today if she'd like to. She has a channel where she teaches Spanish, and we are here to improve our Espanol with practice. All right. XX and XY only. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We are here about facts, math, and science, right? If you got the XX, you are female. Regardless, you're gonna have that nice wide pelvis, And if you XY, not that that's unfortunate. You got your own special traits. You have testosterone in abundance, which is going to give you strength. You're going to be able to grow taller and be stronger and faster. You just have to appreciate what comes with the XY chromosome. You've got your own things up in there. Don't be coveting other people, okay? Don't be coveting the XXs, you people out there, right? And same for the XXs, that's covering the XYs, right? Be happy with what you have, right? Be happy with what you have. All right, the Red Lipstick Hustler says, it's a man in Atlanta thinks he's a cat. Okay, I wasn't going to go here with that, but since Red Lipstick Hustler, they brought it up, I gotta do it. I gotta do it because this here is going to be the foundation of why we're not supposed to uphold delusional thinking. All right. I didn't want to do this. I really didn't, but sometimes you just have to break out science and show documentaries on these kind of things here. And so she's saying that there's a man who thinks he's a cat, right? Okay. Very interesting. This is going to be a quick little video. It's yeah. All right, so let me get it ready here.
It's an extraordinary.
Stop. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to just kind of give y'all a little a little background on the story here. All right. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna play the video and then I'll commentary now. I don't want to sway anybody's what they thinking here. Here we go. Now this is here because of what the comment Red Lipstick said here about this man thinks he's a cat. All right, so here we go. This here's the story is from 60 Minutes, Australia. An abandoned toddler rescued and raised by feral dogs. Right, so this child here was abandoned and raised by feral dogs, and look at what happened to her psychology.
Story. A little girl, neglected, rejected, abandoned by her parents. For comfort, she snuggles up in the farmyard kennels with the dogs. That becomes her home. They become her family for the next 6 years. They protect her, feed her, maybe even love her. And in return, she begins to act like them. It's a remarkable case, one that startled the world of science, especially when the doctors tried to teach her to be a normal child. In fact, the film you're about to see reignites the whole nature versus nurture debate, and it could make you think twice about the way we bring up our kids.
Okay, did y'all hear that? Her vocals have been changed to where she sounds like a dog, right? Now keep it and listen.
At first, this looks like some kind of...
Y'all see that? See her panting? You can't fake that. You see her panting with her tongue, right? This is horrible. Sorry, y'all. Look there, panting like a dog.
Strange hoax. Ukrainian girl, Oksana Malaya, running, jumping, eating, and barking, just like a dog.
Watch this. Watch her do the doggy shape.
This is no fraud. Oksana's behavior is the result of the most cruel...
Did y'all see that?
Neglect that began when she was 3.
Mum had too many kids. We didn't have enough beds. So I crawled to the dog and started living with her.
Her parents were alcoholics, and one night, too drunk to care, they left their infant daughter outside in the cold. Looking for warmth, Oksana crawled into the farm kennel. Curling up with the mongrel dogs probably saved her life.
I would talk to them. They would bark, and I would repeat it. That was our way of communication.
For the next 6 years, from the age of 3 to 8, the kennel was Oksana's home, and the dogs her family. She had very little human contact, and when finally discovered, it was obvious there'd been catastrophic consequences for Oksana.
Look at how she's even holding her body, because brain is very powerful, right? So if she's believing she's a dog, look how she's holding her body. Did y'all see her running on 4s, right? So she's using her toes. Her brain really believes she's a dog. Look at it, right? She, in her mind, she believes she's a dog, and y'all see she is doing a great job at it. But watch this. Watch what's going to happen. They're going to rescue this child, right? And they're going to try to rehabilitate her. I don't even have to really play anymore. I'm just going to stop right here and just say they rescued this person and tried to, rehabilitate her. Why? Why did they not let her just go on and continue being a dog? She was doing a good job at it. She had the bark down. She knew how to charge. She was doing all of that stuff, right? Why? Why didn't they let her do that, right? She did a better job at being a dog than some of these. Anyway, let me stop. But I just wanted to show y'all that because why are we disregarding it when other people have delusional thinking? They stepped in to intervene and called this child abuse, right? So anyway, I brought that up because when she said the guy is thinking he's a cat, that to show that this is child abuse, right? They've always documented this kind of stuff as child abuse, yet they are allowing parents to transgender their minor children. Okay. All right. Kimo said, I'm a lion trapped in a man's body. All right. I like that. Okay. Jinju says, what if you have an XX and an XY combined? You mean like what they call that, a hermaphrodite or something like that? I got to come up with that video. I saw a video of individual like that. And then I think maybe once or twice in my nursing career, I did see one of these hermaphrodites. And like I was like, what is this, like a small penis or a long clitoris? Like, what is this? But yeah, the person, it had both of the parts, but to me, it looked more like a long clitoris because the person still had the vagina. And there are some, things like that. But again, like I said, we have to go by the skeleton, right? And yeah, I don't know if there is the combination of three X's and a Y. You just get the two. So you're either an XX or an XY. So I don't believe that there's a combination. Like there's no way to have three X's and a Y. Either you're going to be double X, you get two chromosomes. So there's no way to have that combination like that. That's gin juice that wouldn't. But I was thinking of what you meant as far as like they call them, I think, hermaphrodites when they have looks like they have both genitalias. But like I said, usually it's going to just be like an abnormally long clit. Lucky her. Let me stop. Lucky her. All right, John Q says, Miss Natural Beauty, I believe that Shanquella suffered her neck fracture injury from the twisting throw DJ did during the assault, along with the following up blows to her head. Yes, we have been sticking to that story because they tried to distract us by saying that there was 2 videos, and then yesterday I heard that there was a third video. If it's true that there is 1, 2, 3 videos, whichever video we saw was the last one. It's either that was the first one, and there's only one, or that was the last of however many videos. That was the last video because we saw the injury that resulted in her demise on that video with the attack from DJ. So that's what I have to say about that. Yes, she did suffer that neck fracture. We saw it. We saw the bowing of the back and the head obviously being knocked off of the axis. We saw that. And we know that after receiving that type of injury, that the lifespan from that is 15 minutes. So there couldn't have been no second videos after that. Everything that was said that was happened after that are all lies. We saw the ending there. That was it. Deborah Carr said, this world is crazy. Yes, it is. That's why it's important that we stay in these groups so we can keep our sanity, because they're trying to convince all of us to, be crazy. You know what I mean? So you have to stand and hold on to our sanity. It is crazy. It's super crazy. Rachel, all right. New sub. Hi to everyone. All right. Thank you so much for your subscription. We appreciate you here at the All Around Natural Beauty channel. We got a new beauty, y'all. Welcome. All right. Let's see. Rebel Man said the amount of people regretting a transition is just crazy. Wow. Okay. So I'm not the only one that have seen that too, right? It is sad. And I think that those people need to be highlighted so they can know. And it's like they're keeping them hidden and allowing more and more people to ruin their esteem and psychology by doing these things that they're going to regret. This is worse than getting a tattoo that, years later you regret doing, This is something totally different. You have, especially for a male, if you're an XY chromosome and you chop off your manliness, you're going to feel super empty because you're not going to feel like that's not going to make you feel more like a woman. You don't have enough X chromosome. You only have that one. So, they can chop off and add pieces and parts and try to, you can get the BBL and the BBD or whatever the thing is that you get. Bottom line, you're still going to feel like an imposter because your mind, your brain knows that it's not true. It's not true, Yeah, it's not true. It's not real. Yeah. So, yep, it's sad. Jen Juice from Ty Lieber says, hello. I know you got grenades in your pocket. I know Jen Juice do be throwing them too, huh? They be coming in there, rat-tat-tat-tat. Hi, Rachel. All right. So Madeline is giving some roses to our new sub, Rachel, our new beauty. Welcome. Ty Libra, somebody's giving you a hug. Justice Power. All right. Thank you so much. And here we go. Hey, you in the bushes, smash the like button. It's confidential. Thank you so much, Ty Libra. Let's see what these likes is actually looking like over here. 61 likes. All right. I'll be happy with that. But yeah, it really should be a few more because there's like 96 people in here. So please pump up the likes. Appreciate it. And Jinju says, Tyler, I have rocket launchers today going in. Okay, now. All right, what you about to launch up in here? All right, so we moving on along here. And everything is moving along good. Friendsgiving. All right. Hey, Natural Beauty. I hope everyone is having a great evening. Yes, we are really having a great evening over here. We just been celebrating all of the lights that we've been shining over here on this situation. And we looking forward to our, getting a heads up on the lead attorney who's going to be going live later on with the man who we was all trying to have questions about on yesterday, as far as these interviews and stuff, this information. We want to know what's going on. We want to be told some stuff, told the truth, really. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for truth. Welcome, Friendsgiving. See, Ty Lieber says, okay, I know this one. Laughing my off. My mom would rebuke my puppy. I know, but hey, like I said, the puppy already knew what time it was on that. Nobody even had to teach him. It's like, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Yes. Gin Juice, strange thing happened to me today. Some blood sucking heifer that I haven't spoken to for years called me acting all friendly and wanted to invite me to a shindig. Had to block the heifer. I'm no fool. Yes, that's clue number 1 too. When people come out of the woodworks on you like that, a blood-sucking heifer. That's true. You have to be smart to make sure that you're not, in getting entangled with these narcissists. And we know that, like I said, this ain't all saying that all men are bad and all women are good, because we see that there are some females that have this spirit on them too that you have to be aware of. Also, that will, have you in a situation like this. Yes. So good for you. And blocking them are the most important thing that you'll have to do. You'll have to block them from all over the place, because if you don't, they'll reach out, they'll try to hoover you at a later time. So you have to be smart and stay blocked and stay safe and protected. Red Lipstick Hustler says, I'm going through hot flashes. I know, the only time they're fun is like when it's really cold, and then it feels good to have a flash so you don't have to experience the cold. However, they could be extremely embarrassing. A recent story, I was at Sam's Club, and a Sam's Club has this huge walk-in freezer, that's extremely cold. And usually I try to avoid it because it's so cold in there. But when a hot flash is coming up, man, it is a great place to go. Run off up in there, and it's still not even cold enough. So the hot flashes are no fun. And if anybody got any tips or clues or any type of relief from it, let me know. But the thing is that they're transient. So, it's not like it happens all the time or it stays for long. You just have to get through them. So I'll accept that. It's still better than, having to be out of commission once a month. All right. So One child was enough for me. She's 30 and she doesn't want any children. Woo hoo 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 hoo. Good, 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 good. Yes, I could have stopped at one. However, anyway, I got remarried and tried for the dream again. I fell for the went for the whole illusion again and ended up spitting out two more kids because I would say that two is better than one. So if you do have one, might be helpful if you can put another one out there. But maybe 2 years apart. 2 years apart is good. At least that way you don't have two in diapers or something like that. They'll help with all that good stuff. But yeah, one is good. And being 30 and not wanting and making the decision not to do it is good. It's very smart. Very smart. Because we don't have to listen to society and make it seem like, if you don't have children that you are less of a woman or something. That does not make you less. Rebel Man says, the red lipstick hustler Lily, I'm full on with flushes. Okay. Yeah, I feel you. That's why today I actually made sure that I got my little towel just in case one happened. Y'all saw yesterday. They're so embarrassing too because they just come out of nowhere and you're like, oh, please, 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 please. And you're the only one in the room dripping sweat, dripping with sweat. And yeah. All right, here we say, okay, thanks. All right. And I think it's at 9. Oh, the live. Yeah, usually he does go at 9, but like I said, yeah. So that'll be cool. Then we build up a nice little crowd to go over there and be front row to get our questions asked. So if y'all thinking of some questions too that y'all want to put out there, we get enough of people wanting answers for the same question, then we'll be able to come up with our list of demands. We want more suspects to be, detained and on their way out there. All right. Jinju says, I don't want to end up expired from some fake heifer who I haven't seen in years, inviting me to somewhere to get me. Yeah. I blocked her and I was very cold. Good. Told my mama and said block her. Yikes. Good. That's true, right? Because a lot of times people will set you up like that. So that's super smart. You can't trust them like that because you able to see those yellow flags before they get red flags, because there are a lot of women who are responsible for orchestrating the demise of other people. So yes, you have to be aware of them too and make sure that you're not just assuming that all women are good, because some of them are wicked. Exactly. Decline. Yep. I decline. No, thank you. But the thing is, for us women, declining, you have to be careful on how you do that too, because some of these men are super sensitive and take offense if you're not feeling the same, if you're not reciprocating the same, feelings that they have. Like if they look at you and they're trying to hunt or something like that, because they look at you and they feel attracted to you, they will be offended if you don't feel that same way, right? And be ready to, get rough and tough with you, or, just be, big and stuff, right? So you have to be careful on that too. It's really tough being a double X chromosome. I don't even understand why you XYs want to try to get off into this life. Y'all don't want to be by y'all not ready for this type of life. Yep. Not ready for it. See. Rebel ma'am, I'm sick of having hot flashes. I feel you on that, especially in the middle of the night and sometime when you wake up drenched in sweat, right? Yeah. But still better than once a month having suffered with cramps and having to purchase supplies and all that stuff. I do not miss that. I'd trade that in for an occasional hot flash any day. Let's see. Superstar Graham says, we need answers, Mr. Geraldo. Yes, that's how we coming up in there too. We want answers. We want the truth, and we can handle the truth. We can handle it. Yes, we can. All right. Ty Lieber says, right, because the sensation and pleasure isn't the same. See? And I know what you're talking about with that. And that's why I'm saying, like, you risking it too. And then for any parent to set their child up to have their genitalia mutilated and to know that they won't be able to experience the pleasure of that, like, that's a need. That's a need. Like, why would you do that? Shame on you, sick individual. Shame on you. Red Lipstick Hustler Lily says, I don't get it either. I love being a woman. I love everything about a real black man. Mm-hmm. Yes. yes. Let's see. And Rebel Ma'am says, you can say whatever, real beauty and climax. Thank you very much, climax. Yeah. Busting the big O. Hit the big O. Let's see what else we say here. Climax, orgasm, all that good stuff. Yep. Thank you very much. I'll just try to make me a big repertoire of words that mean that. All right. Bonita. Gracias. All right. Mm-hmm. Gin Juice. Okay, let me see what Gin Juice talking about here. At Ty Libra. I don't even know how she had my new number. Okay, Gin Juice. It made my blood go cold. My mama been checking up on me since this happened, and I told her to relax. Mama said, you're my baby always. Worried. Okay, yeah, this is frightening when you get mixed up with one of these narcissistic males or female, right? And your family is worried about you. And a lot of times in the beginning, when you are under their spell, like you're still being love bombed, so nobody can tell you anything because you're not going to believe them, because to you in love, you found your soulmate. You ain't never felt like this about nobody. Nobody ever felt like this about you. You feeling like, this is the one, and you don't want to hear nothing nobody got to say about your boo. This your boo, right? So as a parent, you have to sit back and kind of just, put the good energy out there and, pray for protection or covering over your, child, loved one, sometimes be relatives and stuff too, because you can't rescue somebody who don't know that they need rescuing. I always say that, right? So sometimes you just have to, turn your back and, focus on yourself, right? And when that person is ready to accept their lesson and be able to move on, then, they have to get that in their own time. So that's why your mom was checking up on you, because they know, your mom knows that these narcissists will try to hoover you. And that's what they do with this calling back up to try to, get you, reel you back in, try to suck you back into the relationship so they can treat you like dirt. That's why it's important that you, once you leave, you stay gone and be gone. Don't go back, because they're just going to treat you worse. Never return back to anybody who's abused you emotionally, physically, financially. You know what I mean? Like, we get the people that, take advantage of you for your money and stuff like that. That's abuse, right? Any abuse, we are not accepting it. We don't tolerate abuse anymore, and we talk about it. So good for you, Jenny Juice, for putting this heifer out. Put the business out there. Let people know. So we're not holding no more secrets. Like I said, no more moments of silence. We speak here. We speak the names of victims, and we speak the names of these assaulters. We speak the names of these monsters too, so people will know. Superstar Graham said, I would love to be fluent in Spanish. I know we got our girl Luke Hazley up here going to start teaching us Spanish. We all need to be working on that. We need to make a commitment that, we're going to focus on learning, having Spanish to be able to speak and understand it, so we can hear what's going down. We need to know the news for ourselves, and still trusting for someone to interpret it for us. Especially being Americans, we are known for not, thinking that other languages are important. You know what I mean? Spanish is like, second language. We really need to be fluent in both English and Spanish in this here country. Let's see here. At the Red Lipstick Hustler, meow. Okay. I love it. And Superstar Graham says the ex-wives don't have the same worries what we do. That's true. That's so true. Yep. And that doesn't mean that's good or bad. It's just that's how it is. It's just different. We're born different, right? All right. Spanish word, monsieur, for woman. That's pronounced it right. Thank you, Madeline, for helping us out there. Monja. Did I say it correctly? Monja. All right. Hopefully I said that right. Let me drop this link to. Oh, hello, my Israelite sister. All Israelites are God's chosen people. Shelly Stallings, Yahushua. I hear you. Beautiful. Let's see. Jinju says, you made me laugh, Queen, when you said orgasm or climax and said, can I say that? Then made that face. You be killing me with them faces. I know, Jinju, my face talks too. That's why, I used to be worried because, my face talks. My face talks. So it's hard. That's why I just say the honest thing, because I know if I try to tell a lie, my face is going to give it. My face talks. My face talks to tell the whole story. So I just go ahead and say the truth because I know my face going to give it away. Yep. Thank you so much, Jinjus, for appreciating that. Thank you. Talib said, let's get natural beauty in the algorithm. Thumbs up. Yes, please. Thank you. Let's see here. Jinju say, I normally call them alphabet people. Cause you know how YouTube gets weird with some words. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I feel like they do that kind of stuff so you could always be walking on eggshells, afraid of what you can and can't say, right? It's a way it's kind of a mentally draining that you're always thinking and always because of fear. They like to keep you full of anxiety. That's a good way to manipulate you and control you. Jinju says, this demonic sick and twisted. Yes. All right. Spanish word pronounced moji. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Madeline. All right. Gracias. 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 I was going to say merci beaucoup, but that's in French. Gracias so much. Yes. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yep. All righty. Here we go. Oh, my. Let's see. Jinju says, the world has gone bonkers, child. Mm-hmm. Yes, it really has. I'm far behind on this chat. Okay, so I'm about to skip down to the bottom and move up. Where was I at on that video? Okay, that was all I wanted to show y'all on that video. But did y'all see the point I was trying to make? Right? So we saw how, we could actually injure these children by doing this kind of stuff. Because when I was looking at the one kid, he looked like he was, hypnotized, whatever you say, was, hypnotized. Hypnotized. Let me try to catch on up here because I'm sure it's gonna. Gotta go out of sequence for this one here. Maggie, the substitute teacher, coming through to support. So proud of you. Thank you so much, Maggie. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and I'm sure we're gonna be supporting the lead attorney later on tonight when he give us this exclusive, give us access to this exclusive, to the man we've been wanting to demand some answers from. And I believe we're going to have some exclusive access, y'all. I believe it. I'm believing on it. I really do. I do have a little inside scoop that this is going to be a true thing. So y'all just bear with me here. I'm going to roll back up here so I can kind of catch up here. See, Spanish word of the day. Let me go here. Okay, I already read that too. All right, so let me try there. How about there? Okay, here we go. Jinju says, whoa, I did that one too. Here we go. Rebel Ma'am says, a person should not be able to transition until they are at least over the age of 20. Brain is still developing even then. Yes, really should be over the age of 25, right? According to the developmental psychology, when you become, a real adult. I agree. Yeah. I'm glad people are chiming in on that because, I felt really bad for the ones that were, that did all this work in the transitioning. And the sad thing is that, you can't change, right? So they're going to find that out later. And then they're not going to feel fulfilled in this new so-called identity because the body wasn't designed for that. It's like if I had a Porsche, right? I can't take the seats out of the Porsche and then replace them with the seats for my Ford Explorer. Like it's not gonna fit in there, right? Okay, so or like if I wanted to be an elephant, I couldn't go get a trunk transplant, and it's not gonna work, right? So y'all see where I'm going with this, really, So I think like it should go against even the oath that the doctors take to do no harm, Like you shouldn't. Why would you prescribe these medications, and why would you do that to a child, right? When you took an oath that said do no harm. I would consider that as doing harm, right? If I couldn't get my puppy dog, clipped and snipped, I couldn't get my puppy dog snipped up because they said he was too young. How is it that I could get my XY, my XY child clipped and snipped, at a young age before they even had a chance to experience it, right? I haven't even had a chance to experience my genitalia, and you're gonna sign me up to have it surgically removed? Even that one, I didn't follow it a lot, but I did watch a few episodes of the I Am Jazz, and I really felt sorry for that young person because they started documenting and filming this, when the kid was very young, and then actually, encouraged, for the child to get this gender assignment procedure. And the sad thing is that they showed, so-called professionals like a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Anyway, she was being seen by all these doctors and stuff, and like nobody tried to help by saying, the reality of things. Like I said before, if that child was anorexic, right, they would be intervening all over the place. She would be admitted to the hospital on a 72-hour hold, like, you know what I mean? Being sent to therapy to make sure that we tell you that you have to eat and help to change your body. That's body dysmorphia, right? These are real diagnoses, and they just kind of start to, this whole new field of this whole transgender stuff. These endocrinologists are prescribing these hormones and stuff, playing around with the body, right? Even in the term, they say, they're practicing medicine. They are practicing. Like none of this stuff is proven, right? And then too, when they get off of these hormones, all of a sudden that X chromosome is going to start pumping out that testosterone again. You don't have these blockers, and then all of a sudden you're going to turn back in. You're going to turn back into the man, right? It's like I had to see this cartoon in my head. Maybe that might be the best way to kind of talk about this if it's in some kind of like an animation. Sometimes people accept animation a little bit, easier than just the raw realness. Let me get back to some of these questions here. Questions and comments before I put my foot in my mouth. All right, let me keep it coming. Jinju said, you a mess. I know. Okay. Hey, here's a new name. Remember, Michelle Jackson said, I have that feeling that the DJ is XY. Okay, so like we have been going through that. You have to catch the replay because I did play a video from to go through this stuff too, because you're not the only one, Michelle. I'm telling you that this keeps coming up, and I know it's because deep down in your subconscious, you know what you're seeing. Like even if we see the steel frames on there, check for the curve in the back, right? And I'm not saying anything, but when I look at the steel frame, just check for the curve in the back. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to do one more time to show this demonstration of this here spinal, right? So, right, the skeleton, we have established that they can tell the gender of skeletal remains by looking at the pelvis, right? Bones are different on the females and the males, right? This here pelvis bone is how women's are, right? Because women are designed to carry and deliver babies. As y'all can see, this is where the baby would come out of. So that's why this got to be wide. This pelvis has to be wide, and it has to have this cartilage here because it's going to have to dilate to 10 centimeters to let the baby come out, right? The baby has to come out there. And for the male's skeleton, their pelvis is narrow, right? It's narrow. And this here is all fused because it doesn't have to dilate because the man is not designed to carry babies, right? The XY, the design is like the Porsche, trying to put the the Explorer seats in the Porsche. It's not going to fit, right? Because if the Porsche wasn't designed to have those big old seats in there, it wasn't designed for that. So that it's not going to fit, right? That's why that is there. So we know that's there. So that's that. These are things that can't change, right? Can't get no plastic surgery to get a new foundation. The foundation are the bones. Foundation is the skeleton. Let's see. Rebel Ma'am says a person should not be able to train. Okay, I did that. I'm so sorry. I apologize, y'all. Let me move on here. Move on down here. Okay, I did that too. All right. Okay, we still over here chatting. Please like and subscribe, y'all. Y'all liking and subscribing. I see the likes moving up slightly. All right. Okay, here's a new name. Let me see if I can pronounce that. Puno Bunyan. I never had to beat someone to death while on vacation. Wow. Yeah. Red Lipstick Hustler says, I saw it here on YouTube that they regretted. Yeah, the transition into surgeries. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like they keep that part silent. And then when those people start to cry out about how they feel, then that community attacks them and shuns them and say, they shouldn't say that. That's so sad, right? And they're just being honest. They're trying to save someone from making the same mistake that they made, right? So I don't know. I haven't found anybody, and then too, I won't even go there. But yes, that's a good point. It's a valid point. All right. Okay. We have some new communication going on. Here's a new name. Doris says, hi, Natural Beauty and beautiful people. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you so much. That's what we all about over here. Peace, blessings, and love, and all around natural beauty. Just being you, being okay with who you are, being okay with what you were given, and using that to the best of your ability to be your best person, to live your best life, doing for you. Because we know that once you take care of yourself, put you first, you're going to be available to help more and more people. But if you are not whole and you are not healed, you're only going to draw toxic people into your life, and you're going to be, putting out toxic energy too by connecting with. Pay you, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Who you ever beaten on vacation? Only us doing stuff like this. You mean Black people? I don't know. I think it's violence in all these here races and nationality. But I hear what you're saying because it makes us look bad when we're trying to represent a different thing, and it's like we have to be highlighted acting this way. I feel you on that. Ty Lieber says the vid of the fight told the story, just unclear of the aftermath, how they tried to cover everything and left her. I agree. Like I said, I don't believe that if there are other videos, it's going to show them, what somebody had brought out the correct term, abuse of a corpse, right? Because we know that after the video that we've seen, once she was slung to the floor and her head and neck was continued to be attacked, and we saw the injuries from the body shape and the forms that it was put in. That was it, right? So yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to be able to say to kind of dilute that. Shelly Star says, our Father God said to gather ourselves together. Yep, and that's what we're doing here. We gathering in the place to be. We are gathering, to show love and support, to one another by supporting ourselves. Thank you so much, Shelly, for bringing that out. Yes, we are gathering. All right. And let me put this link off in here. I keep saying it, but I haven't done it yet. I'm taking a moment to do that. I'm going to drop this link for anybody who have a testimony they want to share, or to, like we did last night, people were talking about how they have been affected by this, how this has been weighing heavy on their hearts, and also it's been triggering for them to connect with their own emotional pain by abuse that they received in the past and stuff like that by people like this and stuff like that. So we got that there. And then I'm going to go over here and put it here again and pin it. So for anybody who is trying to clear their good name too, because sometimes, like I said before, we will, the real true message that you're trying to get out may not come across in a text. Sometimes you have to speak it. We saw that when Common Sense Expert got up here. He sounded a lot different from what he sounded like in the chat, right? He was a really nice guy and gave us a lot of information, some very valuable information on safety tips and all that good stuff. All right, so Sharon Howard, Sharon. I heard that she videoed something she shouldn't have. Uh-oh. I wonder if that's the reason they took her phone, allegedly. Wow. And we kind of came up on that too when we were watching the video earlier from Phillip, that, he was saying that sometimes if they feel like they're going to be outed or something like that, that it could trigger this here violent response, And that was the reason why we kept bringing up the fact that, some people are saying that, the possible being an XY chromosome. This is real serious here. This makes sense. A lot of people are feeling this way. It's for a reason too. Wow. Yeah. All right. Hello, Doris. All right. Welcome. We give you roses and a nice welcome. All right. Welcome back too. Let's keep the likes going. I thank you so much, Ty Lieber, for doing such a wonderful job as moderator here. Says my hot flashes happen at the worst time. I know too, like it'd be so embarrassing. And too, like I hate having to use my hand, wipe off sweat. And it is embarrassing, especially when, other people are cold, like you're in a room, everybody else is kind of cold and you're sitting up here dropping beads of sweat. For, you can't even explain like why it's happening, because unlike just things being hot, the hot flashes, they are coming from the inside. You feel like you're about to combust, right? It's a feeling that you can't explain. You have to experience one, like a contraction, right? To understand like what's happening, what's going through. But yeah, just stick it out. We'll hopefully grow out of it. Let's see. Good job, Edric Lipstick. Appreciate the feedback up in here. Jinju says, what do you feel like? I'm still in my 30s and I don't want any kids because the childbirth video scared me to death. I look so young to be getting them flushes. But do they hurt? What, having a baby? Hell yeah. But nowadays they get these epidurals. They weren't really doing that back in my day. My oldest son, let's see, 33, getting ready to turn 34. Anyway, back then, like now they can tell the sex of the baby, all this stuff very soon, very quick. And they don't even let you suffer through labor. They give you an epidural and you're sitting there reading a magazine, sitting there reading your book while you're, the baby's getting ready to come here. So it's not like it was back then, when they wouldn't even hardly give you any medicine, talking about they don't know how the baby gonna handle it. So yeah, you had to suffer in pain and agony to birth in one of these creatures. But yeah, Yeah, but for some strange reason, there's this beautiful experience that happens after the baby get here, after you have delivered. You are somebody different. You get all this, you somebody different, and then you get some type of amnesia where you forget about it, and then some kind of way you end up doing it again, and have another one, and then when it comes time for delivery, that's when you remembered that you said you weren't gonna do it again, and then you did it. So yeah, but it's a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful experience, but do not feel any type of way if you don't want to experience it. You don't have to. It does not mean anything if you do yourself experience it or not, right? Because you can always go, play with some nieces or nephews, or go, somebody else may have some kids. You can go borrow the kids for a little bit, give them a night off, and babysit or something like that, and get out of your system, and then you get a chance to hand them back, right? Because it's once you get one of them, it's a 20-year sentence. It is a 20-year sentence that you have to serve 20 years before you get your freedom. And then sometimes, if you didn't really set them up to be independent, some parents still serving time with grown kids, and they ain't figured it out yet. But anyway, let me get on off of that soapbox there. But Gen Juice, if you're not trying to have no kid, don't worry about it. Don't do it if you don't want to do, and do you how you feel. Michelle says, a man's blow is much harder than a woman's. So if Shanquella was hit by a woman, it wouldn't be that devastating. I agree. And, even just the form, like I was saying earlier when I was breaking down the difference of our skeletons and how we walk differently, and the reach of the arm, right? So a male is going to have a longer arm, so have a longer reach. So, it's not a fair fight. And that is the problem that people are having. So when I get these comments from people that are upset or frustrated because people are questioning the gender of a Deajhanae who we saw before our very eyes with with bare hands to unalive somebody with bare hands, right? And if you are impersonating a woman, then shame on you. And this is why women and people are concerned about that, because if you're trying to trick people and you're fooling people and you passing, then that's not right, because it's just wrong. Period. All right, here another one here. Shanquella was skinny. The others was fat. That's all it is. She was a beautiful woman, and yes, there people will be envious of you, especially if you're beautiful. I appreciate your comment. Thank you so much. Ty Lieber said, "Keep the back of your neck and wrists." Oh, keep the back of your neck and wrist, child, and it'll cool off your body. Oh, okay. Keep the back of your neck and wrist chilled, and it'll cool off your body. Okay, I'm 40, but spent time in Ghana a few times. 109 degrees. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll get me a little red something, and you say keep the back of my neck and my wrist cool. Okay, that's cool. Maybe I'll do like a little. Oh, I know what would be something nice if we invented like a cool watch, right? Or a cool bracelet or something like that. Oh, we could do that and make a fortune, because women would buy that. I would buy something like that if it worked, a cool bracelet, something like, we would get one of those cooling gel technology or something like that. Yes. Thank you so much, Ty Lieber. You really inspired me on that. Yes, I know I would buy one. That would be so smart. Or a cooling little something. But the little wristband watch type of something would be nice, right? We could make a fortune, y'all. What y'all think about that? Yes, always be thinking about different multiple streams of income, how you can monetize all of your thoughts and everything, right? Gin and juice, they don't hurt. A tremendous amount of heat and sweat. Oh, she was asking about the hot flashes hurting. No, they're not painful. However, the sensation of, it's almost like an orgasm. You know how the orgasm curve be building up, right? That's how the hot flash come. You can start feeling it, and then that's when you be trying to look around how you can make your way, how you can leave before before it actually happens. Let me go get away so nobody see this. Yeah, so it's like make that little like a wave, right? The same like thing with contractions, right? It's like a wave. You start building up, then hit a peak, and then it starts to decline. So yeah, but yeah, they're not painful. They're just uncomfortable because you feel like you're about to explode. Like I'm burning up on the inside. You know this is not going to help because the heat that you're experiencing, like it makes does something. It makes you feel better, but it's not helping because the heat that you're experiencing is on the inside. It's internal, right? So yeah, they are a MF. Shelly says you can't be trapped or fooled if you're living for God. True. All right, Gin Juice, that's my experience anyway. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Gin Juice, my mom would walk around the house with a bowl of ice with a damp cloth. Me and my sister steered clear. I know too, because I'd be ready to fight somebody who try to touch yeah, when you're having one, just like and two, that's why I don't really wear like a lot of layers and stuff because when they happen, they are so intense. You really, you could be in a crowd room and you may start, taking stuff off because yeah. So that was very smart to steer clear of a mom who is going through that because, you may be exposed to some boobies. Yeah. Sometimes you have to go out and let it out to cool down instantly. Help out. Let's see here. Remember to set your notifications to all. Thank you so much. Yes, setting those notifications. I appreciate that. Queen Bee says, "Hi, my family of natural beauties. I'm late, but we'll catch up later. We love you in Birmingham, Alabama." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And welcome back. Yes. Queen Bee, giving out the roses to the beauties. Thank you, beauties. My beauties is coming in, and we representing. Michelle says, "I go through the flashes as well." And the best way to ease them is a frozen bottle of water between breasts in the center of the chest. Okay, thank you. Because I know one thing I used to do, I'll try to go grab, some ice water or something. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to set me up a couple of frozen bottles. So, usually if I wake up with one, I'll just go for my ice water to drink it down and to help cool off. But I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much for throwing these gems up in the chat here because we are helping each other, right? Because we have been going through these hot flashes, each of us in our own little solitary confinement. We need to share this information. I appreciate it, y'all. Yes, share this too because I might have one tonight. I'm gonna need that little ice bottle of water. So you say put it right between your chest there. Okay, got it. I got it. All right. Amen. Thank you. Yes, we doing it in here tonight. Superstar Graham said, "What's the channel for Spanish?" I don't know. Who would know that one there? All right. Queen Bee. All right. All love. Yes. Hit the like, people. All right. Here goes some here. Jinju says, "Ty Lieber, I once saw my mama put her head in the refrigerator and I asked my daddy what was wrong with her. He told me to hush and eat my dinner." Your daddy was very smart. See, that's what I'm saying. Supposed to make that a happy wife, so you get that happy life. He said mama was hot and needed to cool down. Oh my goodness. Y'all still rocking with me too over here. I know where you're coming from, Michelle. Okay, yeah. So we in here, we collaborating, we filling this up here. And see, subscribe to Luke Casey. Yes. So we can get that Spanish lesson going and we can start coming together and using our Spanish and practicing and all that good stuff. Thank you, Luke Hazley, for even having a channel like that to offer the Spanish for the people. Yes, that's how we are getting down over here. I need to scroll over down to the bottom. Oh, I'm so far behind. All right, so I'm going to go to the bottom and start working my way up because I see some OGs that showed up in here. I need to find them. Where my OGs at? All right, I'm going to just go here and see. If you want to know the latest on Shanquella, please check out Tisa tells. Oh, I think I got one of her videos. Blogger who is very thorough interview with the Mexican reporter who knows what went down where that demon is. Okay, let me see. I had another video. This might be who you was talking about here. Let me see here. No, that was what we just saw. Let me see what this is. Yes, okay. Thank you for bringing that up. Let me go ahead and pull it up there. We're gonna check that out. All right, because that like I said, I had two videos, and that actually Gin Juice was the second one that I wanted to show here. Let me skip this commercial. Oh, hold up. All right. So I'm about to bring this new video. Let me stop it. Pause. Oops. Okay. Share this video here from T.S. Madison. Is that the right? No, this is somebody different. I'm so sorry. I thought you were talking about this person here. All right. Well, this one here is Tales from the Cult. And we're going to watch, this is a short video too. We're going to watch a few minutes of this. And this here is talking about the transgender too. So like I said, I'm not the only person saying this. I'm only bringing it up because I keep hearing it come up. And I think it's important that we talk about this because everybody's, bringing more information to the table on this here situation with these transgenders and stuff. And the dangers of not, no. Okay, so here we go here. Move that and action.
Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Charisma, and I'm back with another video. I want to get into T.S. Madison's very controversial statements that he made and posted to his social media account on the day that Shanquella passed away. And this was very sad to me. It was disheartening, it was disappointing, and it caused division. And so I want to just get into my thoughts about what he said and how it can negatively affect the coverage for Shanquella and her death and getting justice for her. So T.S. Madison, she went on to her Twitter account and she addressed a rumor that was circulating on the internet. Mind you, the rumor, it was already debunked. This rumor was debunked by the North Carolina Beat, who dropped the story regarding Shanquella and what happened to her in Mexico. This was debunked by several people who claimed to have known Deja. And anyway, the rumor was that Deja was a man, okay? And how it started, the rumor did not start like that. You know the game of telephone, or if you remember the game of telephone where one person had one message and they would whisper that message into someone else's ear. It'll be in a class full of 30 or so people, right? And then about time it gets to the 30th person, the message is completely changed. So I was on social media, roaming the social media streets when this happened, and this is exactly what was said. People were making fun of Deja. They were calling her manly. They were calling her the ugly friend. And then people started to basically troll her on.
All right. So what y'all think that's like what do you call that, Photoshop or something? So what did they do? Just kind of remove the hair? This is the same shirt, right? So this is the Photoshop. This looks like the same shirt. So I don't know, y'all. Anyway,
the internet, they was photoshopping her her pictures and taking her hair off and say, yeah, this is the ugly friend. And that started to change into people saying, oh, she's a man. That's really.
So if this is what, looks like when she's taking off the head, the next video I'm going to show y'all, that the lead attorney was saying this is why that they started saying that Deajhanae was a man because she was taking the wig on and off, right? So if this is what it looks like with the wig. I'm sorry, y'all. Woo, okay, we get this big place. But I can kind of see how you could be led to believe that.
Be a man. That's really a man. While these rumors were going out, mind you, no one called her a transgender woman. They were saying that she looked masculine, she looked like a man, and compared to the feminine, petite frame that Shanquella had, Deja was like a beast compared to her. And we saw pretty much what happened in that video. It's very disturbing, very brutal. And so a lot of people just ran with rumors on social media, but a lot of people also debunked it. They said, oh, y'all trolling. Now, the LGBTQ community, specifically the trans people, they went in according to...
Y'all see that? Right? See there? Just like the one guy said in the video, look at here. They started that, that's,
T.S. Madison, they started tagging her in these rumors, in these posts. And instead of addressing or ignoring the rumor, right? That's our first option. We can ignore. We need to learn how to ignore things, right? We need to remember the golden rule. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all, because your words will definitely be used against you in the social media court of law, right? So instead of addressing what she wanted to address, regarding transgender or trans women, instead of addressing that maybe after the funeral, she went ahead and addressed this the date of the funeral in the morning. No regards to the parents of Shanquella, no regards to her friends, her family members, her loved ones, those who knew her, her clients, the little girls girls and boys whose hair she braided, the parents of those girls and boys. No regard to North Carolina and the tragic death of Shanquella Robinson. No rest in peace. No my condolences. Nothing. But this.
Oh, we're about to get an ad. Sorry, hold up, y'all.
80% of cancer.
All right. So while that is going there, what y'all think about that? Like, people are saying this stuff, and even I just flashed a comment up there how folks is feeling, about this whole situation, and it's being said, it's happening, it's being said. Let me pause it there. But I'm curious. Let me scroll down, see if anybody said anything on this here. The latest comments. The ones who take hormone replacement therapy pre-puberty don't have an Adam's apple. Yeah. So yeah, that's true, because and that's probably why they started doing this whole transgendering of these children and stuff, before they get an opportunity to fully develop everything. All right. So here we back here. Let's go ahead and keep playing.
He stated, now, why would someone even start that kind of lie on a trans person, and you people immediately believe that bogus SHIT? That was not true. No transgender woman beat hashtag Shanquella Robinson to death. It was one of her own. You people immediately ran with that lie. So I want to address her words, her choice of words in this tweet. It's very, very discriminative. It's very angry. It's very misplaced. She has misplaced anger from something she may have dealt with in the past, being a trans woman. And she took that anger and that her personal feelings from her past and what she's been through, and she made it about her. Instead of ignoring the rumors, she had to make a campaign.
Narcissistic, there again, they always making it about them. Everything's about them, right? So we can see here exactly what's going down. This is a transgender individual that has the problem, right? Not concerned that, someone's lost their life and the family is grieving and all that stuff. We have to still show that it's about me and all that good stuff. See here.
LGBTQ campaign out of it. She had to make a gender war out of it. She had to create separation and division amongst cisgender women and trans women. Meanwhile, trans women are the ones trying to fight to be treated as cisgender women or women who were born as women.
Wow.
And it's very disheartening to see this, because this goes back to the main point of what happened to Shanquella. Would T.S. Madison have did anything if he was in that room, or she was in that room? Excuse me. Would T.S. Madison have done anything if she was in that room? Because from the sounds of it, it sounds like she would have just watched too. And this is the underlying problem. T.S. Madison, if you want people to respect you as a trans woman, you need to respect cisgender women. You need to respect cisgender people.
Mimi, you said, why are you distracted from the facts of the case? Okay, so what is the facts of the case? Before I even had the opportunity to start talking about the subject, I was woke up with that when I checked my messages and stuff this morning. So that's why I made the post. That's why it was not about me deflecting or taking away or making this about trans people or this and the other. It was before I even had the opportunity I'm going to explain to her own. Her own means her own, God damn it.
Because a lot of the times in this LGBTQ community, they separate themselves from us. They separate themselves from the rest of the world or from cisgender people. They make the division themselves. And then it's all about their people, their
That's
community.
true.
It's not about humanity. It's suddenly just about the LGBTQ community and nobody else. So I'm just worried about trans women, gay men, lesbians. I'm just worried about our people. F cisgender women, let them die, let them suffer. We got our own, and it's turned into some type of gender war, some type of thing that had nothing to do with the LGBTQ community, first and foremost. And it had nothing to do, more importantly, with Shanquella Robinson's death. There were men and women in that room who just watched. This is not an LGBTQ community campaign. Everything.
But somebody has said earlier in the chat that this person, Callie, was part of that community. On that side. So maybe this was their community. If this person is supposedly, about that life and was openly, about the life and stuff. So
that happens to cisgender women doesn't always have to be picked apart by trans women. Every time there is something going on, it doesn't have to be a political sexuality thing. It's very, very upsetting, because you take the attention, the power away from this story. You are being a distractor. No matter what T.S. Madison says, what she justifies is as this is hatred on another level for women. And it comes back to this death being ruled as a femicide.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
No one cares, right? When a cisgender woman dies.
Yeah.
That's our fight.
Keep our voices up, y'all.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because I know how sensitive the subject is. I know how people love throwing transphobic, homophobic words, labeling people, judging people, giving them diagnoses, right? Without even listening. So when you criticize someone from the LGBTQ community, a lot of the times they will call you homophobic, transphobic, or whatever other phobe they can put on you. And when it comes down to it, this has nothing to do with sexuality. It has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with anything. This was a brutal attack and murder on a 25-year-old woman who was helpless and over 2,000 miles away from her family, from safety, from people who loved her. She thought she was safe because she was with people who she was familiar with. So for T.S. Madison to take this on a whole nother level is very sickening to me. It's disgusting.
Good point.
And all I have to say is this is not going to make people respect you. as a trans woman, this is not going to make people respect the LGBTQ community. And I know that not everyone is like T.S. Madison, but people who behave like her from that community, they give the entire community a bad name.
Yeah.
And me, myself, I have been bullied by gay men in the LGBTQ community. So I know for a fact that bullying culture is within the LGBTQ community, especially amongst the men. They're still misogynist, even though they're gay. They're still misogynist, even though they're trans women. Everything is a competition. They got to take over everything, right? They want to be the man. They want to be the woman. You know, they want to silence cisgender women. They want to dismiss cisgender women. They just, it doesn't make any type of sense. And see, when you say that, they call you transphobic. They don't like the truth.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
That's gaslighting, y'all. So wow. This was some very informative, you know, shedded some serious light. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of time we, you know, aren't even thinking that these are the thoughts, right? But we have to remember that they have an XY chromosome. So they're still going to have those male thoughts as far as like the being competitive and hunting and all that kind of stuff. These are instinctual things that cannot be dissected out or, sliced out. It's not, right? So it's just a disguise, a costume per se they're putting on. You see, Miss Hope talks, I saw a small lady wrestle two officers like it was nothing. She was under the influence of drugs. Okay, so there was a little discussion a little bit further back off in the chat here. I saw, someone was saying that, that women, could do that. Yeah, I'm sure there could be a special case where a woman is trained or something like that in some type of fighting style or fighting art or something like that. They may have an opportunity to get over on, a male who may not have those same skills. However, women are still naturally weaker, smaller, and just less muscle, less testosterone, less of certain things that give the advantage physically than their male counterparts are. That's just fact, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I keep doing that. Let's see here. Queen Bee says, I'm so proud to wear an XXXL with my XX chromosome. Phenomenal women. That's me. Okay. I hear you. So you say, okay. All right. I feel you on that. Ty Lever says, sharing your opinion on a live panel. Tap the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. Yes. We're here open, sharing opinions with love and peace for people's healing on here. Narrative says, greeting mastermind. All right. At David Cameron. Let's see here. And justice for Shanquella. Excellent. Exactly. More justice for Shanquella. I'm so happy for how this is growing and more of us are actually, seeing the positiveness in community. Let's see. Tease Madison spoke up because she is looked at like the spokesperson. Oh, okay. Now I never heard of T.S. Madison too. That was my like I said, I'm 51, y'all. I'm old, and all these people, everybody that I've shown y'all play today, this is my first time to know or see about them too. I just was I'm just going with the flow, right? I feel like I have enough experience to where I can see something and really come up with a great observation over it, because with age comes wisdom and womanly intuition, real woman intuition. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, y'all, for real. Okay, here we go. Justice for Shanquella. And Rebel Ma'am says, any male or female taking certain street drugs have a strength that is almost inhuman, needing multiple people to hold them. Yes, we know that. That is so true, and great point to bring that out. So can't judge a woman doped up on drugs as, the same as just a regular woman. TS always gets triggered about these issues. I wonder why. All right, we got a special guest in the house, a returning voice. Hey, hey.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome back to the chat.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so
Today.
much. I'm enjoying the conversation. I did want to follow up with that last comment that I made. T.S. Madison she is looked at like the spokesperson. I think not, but okay. Give respect wherever it's due. Okay, no problem. I also noted in the chat earlier, I don't know if you were able to see it, but this is a very, very delicate topic because we all know the truth, not the fact. The fact is they call themselves, women who are born males, and these males call themselves women, and vice versa. Okay, fine. But there's one truth. The truth is we can't change it. The
Yeah.
bottom line, the truth is there is a mental illness.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you.
a mental.
Thank you. Maddie? Uh-oh, did we lose you?
They are sensitive on steroids,
Yes.
and we can speak our truth with all the sugar in the world. We can speak our truth with all the respect in the world. There is an offense received immediately. They are not going to hear us. I know that the Bible says, let him with an ear hear. They
Yes.
do not hear. They are sensitive. That's it. They are wrong and strong in how they receive. You are a person just like I am, sir, ma'am, boy, girl, shim, whatever you want to call yourself. And I don't mean no disrespect, but when it becomes this type of offense, what happens is we are the cisgenders, we become aggressive because you're receiving me with an offense, and all we're saying is you can do what you want to do, but you should not stuff yourself down our throat.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's such a habit. It's such a habit. Like, I like to respect people where they are. And it's such a habit to address them and how they want to be called. It's become a habit now. And I've recognized, even when I saw the message go across my screen, I saw myself say she, and then I said, let me go up there and repeat myself, because he, and I still said she. And it's, so
we've
it's like
been programmed.
Thank you for saying that. You took the word right out of my mouth. And it's a bit frustrating how we are being made to eat it.
Yeah. And you can't say anything because
here they anything.
Like, when did we start giving power to delusional thinking?
Yes. And the gin juice, is that what I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you can tell by my speech. I don't know. We've only spoken today, will be 3 times. I'm going all the way in with God and the word of God, not with God and not the word, or not with just the word. No, I'm going all the way in with God and the word. So he called Jinn, I don't know if it's a male or female, but Jinn called it out. It's a demon. It's a demoniac spirit. It is a demon, and it comes to rattle the brain.
Wow.
It does. And this is what it is. I won't go too far. I'm not taking us to church, but I'm going to speak the truth, and I'm going to say this, and then I'm out of here. I'll be back down in the comments. We are being forced. We are being forced. And now, if anybody is familiar with the word of God, these things are not they're not brand new. This is not a surprise. The word of God has warned us, nations against nations. You know what I mean? So this is a community. How you a community? A community? We are the human race. A community. So it's a community within the human race. When you really think about it, they call themselves a community. Now, I really don't want to be disrespectful. I know that my tone can be a little passionate and assertive. I really do have respect for the person, not for the demonic spirit.
Yes.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much again for
All right.
allowing
Thank
me
you,
to come
Maddie,
up and
for coming up.
speak.
You are free to come up anytime. I appreciate your perspective on a lot of this stuff, and your voice is heard and needed over here. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being
Thank you.
part of the community. My beauties. All right, that was a good word. I thank you, Maddie, for coming up and putting the clarification on there. And like I said, I'm just hearing these names, knowing these people, and to know that this person has a voice out there and people are listening. That's why it's important that we speak out, so we can stand for the real community, the community of humanity here, of realness and stuff. And it's almost like being in the matrix for real, that we are letting these machines control and dictate what we can and can't say, what we can and can't do, and what we have to allow. By I saw a comment up here too. Somebody was saying about these transgenders being allowed in women's sports, right? Like that's not an unfair advantage, So we have all these things to think and to talk about the unfairness here, and for them to kind of gaslight us by making it seem like it's just all in our minds. It's almost like when you point out racism to white people and they go, yeah, it's all in your mind, right? So anyway, maybe that wasn't a good little yeah, it was a good connection. I see the connection on that. It's a gaslight to where you can't really prove it, because they're everybody is supporting them. They have enough flying monkeys out here to where you can't even stand up to say anything because of fear. The one lady who did the video tells from the code, saying that she's been bullied by this community of these so-called trans gendered people and stuff. So they could be dangerous, so we should be aware of them. I share your opinion, okay? Yep. Anybody else have opinion to share or want to clarify something that they've said in the chat that may not have been taken the right way? M. Max says, excellent commentary. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. Okay, we got another bullseye there, so we was hitting it, right? And this is cool. Ty Libra is sending some love to Narda. We thank you so much for keeping the love going and flowing in the chat. All right, so y'all coming up here. I'm moving on down here. You not old, stop it. You're not old, stop it. I left out the der at the part. I'm older. Put that out there. But yes, I'm really proud of my age. And I know, like, society, especially these men, y'all try to tell us that we get older, that we not worth anything. There's so much value in the older woman. Don't let nobody tell y'all it's not, right? So another distraction, so we can not feel good about our blessings of birthrights being women and stuff, right? The value is in that XX. Let me stop. But yeah, because like I said, this here, let me go. I always go back up to the spine. There we go, like that. It's a one of a kind. Let's see here. MX says T.S. Madison is a he, she. He has breast implants and kept his penis. Very smart, right? See there? He know better. He know better. He know better. He knows better, because yeah, he knows better. But it's sad that these parents are, signing their children up to have their genitalia mutilated and, denying them an opportunity to, experience the pleasure of life. So, yeah. Nader says to stay home, subscribe to YouTube at Ty Lieber Stay Home. All right. And we got some 100% up here from Street Nasty Entertainment. Denise Moody says, this story is spinning and splintering into too many different narratives. I agree. And that's why I say we, go on over there to the lead attorney's platform tonight. He's going to do a live, and he is going to have the Mexican reporter, so we can get these questions answered, because like you said, Denise, this story is spinning and splitting. It is. It's going all over the place. And I feel like we just being led all around. We're throwing new clues over here, then throw some more stuff over there. And we just running around chasing our tails, and in the meanwhile, people are still walking around free like they didn't participate in this, right? Let's see. It's an abomination. I agree with you. Yes. Just like I was saying, like my little puppy dog knows better to do something like that. His instinct would not allow that to happen. That's why I really feel like most of the people that are part of that community that think that there's something that they're not, if we look back, I'm pretty sure we're going to find some abuse in their past history that has affected them in a way that they're acting out sexually like this, you know. And that's why most of the time those people need real help as opposed to us supporting their delusional thinking. Like, we're not helping them by doing that. We're not helping those people at all. Queen B says, didn't I Am Jazz personal issues was she was born with both X and XY chromosome parts, so she chose to be XY allegedly. Queen Bee, I never heard that. I never heard that. Because I remember back in the day, you know, when this jazz person was a kid, it was supposedly he announced that he, you know, felt like a girl, and the mother, who I believe, anyway, decided to support this, right, from I think a 3-year-old or something like that. So when did we start listening and allowing toddlers to make life-changing decisions? When does that make sense? Like, you know, I remember when I was a kid, many years ago, and, you know, the imagination was big things, right? Really thought that I was going to, me and my sister, and we was going to build us a spaceship to go to the Milky Way. We spent the whole day gathering supplies out of the garage to build this here spaceship. And at the time we were building the spaceship, I really thought that we were going to be launched up, you know, to get to this Milky Way. And there was going to be cheese there and all that stuff. I was going to bring a big old bag so I could bring some of that cheese back down here. But of course, that didn't happen. We actually went into the house and told our dad what we were going to do. And he did encourage it, right? He told us that we could build the spaceship to go to the Milky Way. And, you know, he probably told us that to get us out of here. But anyway, we went out there and we built the spaceship, and it did not make it to the Milky Way. It didn't go up there. So all I'm saying is that, you know, we don't support delusional thinking. And go back to the fact that if your child had anorexia, you would not be supporting their delusional thinking in the fact that they are fat, that they need to lose weight, they need to starve themselves. You would not be supporting them hurting themselves like that. You wouldn't. So why are we supporting, you know, children with the rest of this delusional thinking? Pink Dot Average says, they are just, we have to be cisgenders. I don't know. Narrator says, Ty Libra, I just subbed. I hope to see something soon. All right. And gave a rose. All right. Beauty to beauties. All right. Thank y'all so much. I love the roses. Welcome to the chat. All right. And see here, Ty Libra. Narrator, OMG. Thank you so much. All right. Yes. I'm going to click on there and do Ty Libra. See. Shakina's Soul Divination. DJ isn't transgender. All right. Forced confusion. Yeah. My pleasure. Okay. See here. Catastrophic is a thing. Born male is proven those males are predominantly stronger than gender-born women. The size difference, Shanquella is smaller and size, and physical strength does matter when you're not a fighter. Thank you so much for bringing that to the forefront there. It's so true. And that is why I believe so many people keep bringing up that concern, because this makes it more vicious and more alarming, right? Especially since these transgenders are having rights and stuff like that, where they can be off in women's facilities like the restrooms and stuff like that. They could be off in there, and if they are walking around with this delusional thinking and then feeling like nobody can touch them and they can do whatever they feel or whatever they want to, how are women and children going to be safe, right? Amen, sister. Yes. Street Nastiness Entertainment says, no disrespect to anyone, but confusion is not of the Most High. Yeah. Yes. Even the Bible says that the Lord says he is not the author of confusion, right? So that lets us know too that, feeling like you are a woman in a man's body or a man in a woman's body, that's confusion, right? So we can agree on that one. Thank you so much, Street Nasty Entertainment, for your comment. Ty Lieber says to share your opinion on the panel, tap the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. Come on up here and share. Let's get Natural Beauty in the algorithm. Thumbs up. Let me take a peek over here and see what's going on with these thumbs. All right, 91 thumbs, 105 people in here. There's few, like about 7 of y'all need, or 10 of y'all need to hit those thumbs up buttons for me one more again. Thank you so much. All right. We got David saying hello to Nerda. All right. Thank y'all, community. All right. Drop a rose if you a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Let me see them roses. Give me my flower. My daughter lost a $30 an hour job. Said she addressed him as him instead of her. Wow. Okay, I have a story too. All right, so like I was telling y'all before, there's certain parts on the inside when you get into the hospital, we can't. It's difficult to play this whole game. This is why this stuff has to stop, right? Because there's certain things that you have to do for men that's different from women, right? Got different parts, things like that happen, right? So I'm working in the unit, and I get the call. I'm gonna get a patient, right? So the emergency room nurse is alerting me that I'm getting a transgender and that they, want to be referred to as she, her, lady. She want to be referred to as a she, right? So, but the thing that be getting me is that when they want to be referred to as a she, but you look so much like a man, it'd be hard to do it, right? So she tell me in the report, so I get the report, and I go around to everybody on the unit, let them know, hey, I'm about to get an admission, and they a he, but they think they a she, so we got to call them a she. Hey, I'm about to get an admission, they a he, but they think they a she, so we got to call them a she. All right, and I got to go tell everybody about that because I'm now worried that, I got to make sure that, we call it a she, right? They want to be called a she. Now, when you're in the midst of doing all your work and stuff, it's kind of hard to stay focused on, changing the name of something, right? Because, like I said, I'm 51. So my whole life, whenever I saw, I know what a man looks like. I know, I know. So when I see, a male, I may say he, sir, he, him. I would say that because, that's how my brain works. And, that I just gonna say that because that's what I see. So since I was warned ahead of time, I made a conscious effort to say she. I had been taking care of this gentleman for 2 days, and then his condition changed and it was going to be transferred. And so in between time, I have to warn this next shift when they come. I have to give a report, tell everybody on there, because if I didn't tell you to say she when you look, you're going to say he because you look like a he, So that's the thing that be getting me when they get offended at the fact, that, people still calling you a he. You look like a he. So I made the Freudian slip and said he. The sad thing was that the person that was in there, I guess they were just taking the hormones and, ran out of money, couldn't do all the stuff. So still look like a man, right? Look like a man that, was, trying to grow some fat on the chest area here. So the issue was he was having some issues with pee. He couldn't pee, right? So he was gonna need a catheter. I was gonna have to go in there and put a catheter into his penis to empty the bladder out. So kept, not wanting anybody to look at it and all that stuff. But you in the hospital, I'm the nurse. You gotta get checked, right? So we struggling on everything. And a lot of times I don't have time to be doing all this little going around this and Mother May I and to the person who, come on, this bottom line, let's get this going here. So I ended up being able to just pass it off to the next shift. But while I'm giving report, because he went on and used the urinal to pee, I'm giving report, and first he wasn't able to pee. So I'm telling the nurse now that don't have to worry about giving the catheter because he peed. And as soon as I said he peed, the thing broke down into tears, crying, or not real tears, but broke down into hysterics about, I called him he. I said he peed. And I was so disappointed because I was proud of myself that for 2 days, I said she, and I made sure I went around the whole unit and warned everybody. He thinks he or she. Y'all tell me it's she. He think, I did all that, and then one Freudian slip when I saw you looking like a man, because now it's 2 days and you got a shadow. You got 5 o'clock shadow. Women don't have 5 o'clock shadows, so I slipped. I called you a he. You look like a he. So yeah, I feel you on that one, Deborah. Yeah. And that's sad that somebody will lose their job for not acknowledging delusional thinking. All right. Street Nancy says, yes, beautiful queen. Yes. Thank you so much. All right. Yep. People feeling you on that one. Ty Lieber says, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty Live. Hit the like button, please, and subscribe and share. Thank y'all so much, so much, so much. Hey, David said, agree. This story is all over the place. Yes. And like I said, later on tonight, I'm believing we're going to get a inside tip on the lead attorney is going to bring some really, shed some good light. So, I feel like I got a tip on y'all that we're going to be able to get over there and get some questions answered. Or if not, at least hear and get some questions answered, just by listening. Right here. And I don't know what this one, BRB. All right, what's BRB, y'all? I don't know what that means. Let's see. Keep up the likes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Superstar Graham says, older men try to lie and shame women about aging, but they are in the same boat. A lot of younger women don't want older men unless he has money. That is the absolute only reason why a younger woman, would choose an older man. Otherwise, they just try to, trick you off into it. But yeah, and then too, nowadays, a lot of these younger men are understanding the value in we older women. I get approached by these cubs all the time. I got to beat them off with a stick. But these cubs be understanding the value in us older women. They be going for us real time because, it's value in the older women. Let's just say the older the berry, the sweeter the juice. But yeah, we older women, our value actually increases as we get older. The man's value actually decreases as he gets older because that's just how it is. It's that XX chromosome gives us a slight advantage in other ways, but y'all get an advantage on the other ways too. So it's a balance thing, right? Everybody can't, it's just, that's just how it is though. But yeah, don't let them fool you into thinking that you should be ashamed of getting old. There is so much value in being an older woman. And actually you get more beautiful as you get older. More beautiful. Yep. Yes, more beautiful. And see here, Red Lipstick Hustler says, life is so strange, rushing children to be the opposite of what they are and to be adults too soon. I agree. That should be illegal, And then, like I was saying about this whole Munchausen syndrome by proxy, that this really is a form of abuse, right? Because these are unnecessary procedures in order really for the parent to get attention, because the parent is like, look at, I'm doing all this stuff because, for this fake cause and all this stuff is for the, the good of the child and all this stuff. So, these are sneaky situations that they try to put us in, and then using the law to protect them while they abuse these children. And see, a toddler told me they wanted to be Daffy Duck when they grow up. So drop him off at the pond. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? Y'all think about this. These are kids. These are kids. And I feel sorry for them because, when you're a kid, you'll believe whatever, your parents are telling you. Yeah. You want to be Tinkerbell? Sure. We'll get you some wings and all that stuff. We'll get you the surgery. We'll make sure that everybody, you'll be accepted, and then get mad when people want to say, I'm not going to, participate in this craziness. It's not right. It's not fair. And I'm glad that people are really, starting to wake up and see this. And we have to do some stuff. We need to start doing some marches and stuff like that for common sense, right? For good old fashioned life, right? Really. You see, Rebel Ma'am says, I am in agreement. I think people try to be friends with their children and not parents. Yeah, I agree. The best thing you can do for your children is to, do your best, live your best, and be an example, right? So they can see you as an example of, how to live life and stuff like that, and be a good person. Be an example by healing yourself and being your best person. See, giving in to all of their demands. All right. Okay, I see. Shekinah Souls. All right. Rebel Ma'am says, how can a child know when they have no experience of life yet? Exactly. And why would we be listening to a child, right? We listen to them for that, but on anything else, are we listening to them? Right? No. So, that's just, yeah, that's a tough one there. That's a tough one there. I think we need to get together some type of laws, because like just yesterday, I was showing y'all how, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife is like pleading with the courts to stop this. He's trying to transgender their son, who's 15. He's a minor. Poor thing. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to use his penis later. I'm pretty sure. Especially as we see how, the male energy is really driven by getting that penis stimulated. Like, that's really messed up too. That's messed up, especially coming from a man. You have one of those, like, you should know the value in that. Why would you, have your son's parts mutilated like that? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Deborah Carr says, yes, Ty, he reported her to supervisors that she said him instead of her. She had never seen him, going only by driver's license. You have to be careful. Now, that's sad. That's really sad, because, how am I going to be held responsible for calling a him or her when you look like a him? How was I supposed to know? And then what about the older people that, that's not online, that don't know about this whole LGBTQ, all the initials and stuff, or that these people are openly transgendering and stuff like that? What if I didn't know? Like, if nobody told me, how am I going to be held responsible for something I didn't know, that people are saying something different? That's just like how I was saying yesterday, they change up the words. Like when I was a kid growing up in the 70s, we were called Negro, and then we were Black, and then Afro-American, all these different terms to keep changing it up, so nobody's ever going to be politically correct, because you can always say, hey, we don't use that word anymore. Hey, you don't have the right to use that word. And we start doing all that stuff, right? So these are all tactics to keep us, all messed up here. And thank you for the rose there, red lipstick. Tossing roses to the chat. All right, keep it raining. We raining roses over here. Yes, we are. catastrophe, it's a thing. I agree on genetics. DNA is proven. There's a few life and personal situations and perceptions that aren't agreed by all. Back to the most important is justice for Shanquella. Exactly. Thank you so much for make sure we stay focused and stuff. But the reason why we're talking about this thing is because, like I said, it keeps coming up, and this is very significant if this is going down like this. That people need to be aware that you can be in a dangerous situation by trusting people with delusional thinking. And see, Red Lipstick Hustler says, I can't remember all of the he, she, him, her. I'm 49. Shoot, get out of here. I can respect anyone, but it's hard to remember all of the pronouns. Exactly. So now we're supposed to change the whole English language. Yeah, this is just being ridiculous. And then we're going to be penalized. Someone lost their job for this? I just called them Mandela. Okay. All right. Thank you, God. Okay, so am I getting close to the bottom here? All right, we laughing in the chat. We feeling good. Everything is love and peace. Justice for Shanquella. For sure, for sure. All right. All right. Yes. Superstar Graham says, I'm just learning that men are lying about their ages. That's how ashamed they are. They need to stop trying to play older women. Oh, okay. I know we trying to support each other and all that good stuff too. Yep. And would they put that just for men on there? But yeah. Tylepa said a person was throwing a Baptist fit because his wristband had M for male. They gave him a band with a F, so the RN didn't have to battle all night. Wow. And see, that's the other thing too. Like, anyway, yeah, that's very deep there. And that's so sad because when you're trying to work, like we don't have time to be trying to step over words and stuff, for real. Like there's certain things that, that's it just is. And it's sad that we are even trying to force the medical field to accept this baloney stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, likes and subscribes and share, please. Thank you. Like and subscribe, share. Justice for Shanquella, for real. Yes, we are doing that here. All right, so we laughing and we doing all kind of good stuff. Here's a new name. Mural Audette says, every time I saw a trans man, I knew it. Wow. Yeah, some people, like I was saying earlier about my puppy dog, you just instinct knows like this isn't right. And like I said, sometimes your subconscious brain will see it too. And you'll just know it. Like you'll just know it. So wow. But some people, do have a difficult time to distinguish because they may be distracted by, a smile or, a fat butt or big boobs or something like that. Or even, I don't know. There's different ways to be distracted and not see it. So that's why we talk about it. Talk about it as far as like knowing what the skeleton's supposed to look like. You can just take that hand and run it down the back. See if you're gonna get that little. See if you get a little hook up in there. If they got a little, little curve in the back, then you could, know for sure what that is. All right, let's see. Slap Sis says, makes me think of two things. The pelvis is responsible for the release of hormones. A person who identifies as the other gender has to take synthetic hormones. What effect does that have on the brain? Wow. Exactly, right? So we see too that, they have issues with rage and all kind of things like that. When you start trying to do the brain's job by taking hormones and stuff like that, because those the way hormones are, released in the body, it's all automated. With the brain is doing that on its own. It doesn't need any help. It knows exactly how much to put, a little smidgen of this, a little smidgen of that, mix this up, do these things. It knows exactly what to do. So when we start putting our faith in these doctors and these physicians who are practicing medicine and then do things like synthetic hormones, these are drugs, right? They're going to have a serious effect, right? They're going to have a serious effect on there. And then one day we should do a little, take a little time to research that and show the people that having these issues by, getting the wrong hormones and stuff in there. Because when they get off of these hormones, your true gender is going to come out. Like, if you were taking meds to suppress certain hormones that your body naturally would make because you have an XY chromosome, once you get off of these meds, and you can't be on the medication for forever, your true, your body's going to revert back to, what it naturally is, right? Everything always goes back to nature. BRB equals be right back. Thank you so much. I'm so slow with these. I'm behind on the chat. Let's see. Oh, I'm not too far behind, but thank you though. Yeah, you saw that, right? Like I said, I've been missing out on some of these here initials and stuff. Be right back. I'm gonna start adding that to my repertoire with LOL and LMOA now. So I've got a few things in my bag of tricks here. My bag of tricks. Foolishness from Vita the Vile. Thank you. Also new. And when my daughter used the word pansexual, I had to say, what? What is that? Yeah, pansexual. But what is that? It's so many new terms, man. It's really tough to be middle-aged because, you're trying to, understand the younger generations and stuff. But then there was just things that happened during your time that is so out of, out of the norms for this current time. So pansexual sounds like a new term to me. Let's see here. So glad I'm retired from the medical field. Yes, I'm retired too from it, and I don't miss it certain things about it I miss, but I'm just glad that I got out, now before we have to really start doing this stuff. Because years ago when they, first tried to do all this stuff, we wasn't having it. But now all of a sudden, we having getting emails and having to take in services on stuff like this. Even like they had, give us sensitivity training on, couldn't say words like obese and overweight and all this stuff, real medical terms. Now we have to, we can't say that stuff because you have to worry about hurting somebody's feelings, right? I got to worry about hurting your feelings when you're 764 pounds. And I have to worry about hurting your feelings. But these are the things that you're going to be faced with when we let these people with delusional thinking stay in control and stuff. And that includes these fat people too that feel like they got rights to abuse people and stuff like that. When they sitting up there abusing people, having them, bringing them, all this food and stuff. You too big, you can't even get out the bed. And then I have to worry about how I approach you and not hurt your feelings. Superstar Graham said, that's doing too much. If you are sick at the hospital, the least you should be worried about is your gender on your wristband. Yeah, exactly. But it's so sad that, that they feel so entitled that, they can't do that. We have to stop everything to make up a new band specifically for you so you don't get your feelings hurt. All right. Rebel Ma'am says, all Natural Beauty RN moderators and others in the chat, gotta go. You all have a good day. Thank you so much. I know it's probably your bedtime over there. Thank you so much. Coming from Australia. All right. We're giving you some roses here. Muriel says, sad. Deajhanae just had a baby from what I understand. I wonder who she left the baby with. I guess that's Deajhanae just had a baby. I never heard that. That's new news. So I don't know. Is this going to support the fact that she's a not transgender? All right, let's see. Did Deajhanae have a child? So according to Muriel here, they said she's vouching for he or she here is vouching that this Deajhanae had a child. This is the first I've heard of it. I haven't heard that in any of the rumors that I've heard. The only rumor that I heard was that possible TG. Let's see. All right, I said that already. Some more roses. Thank y'all. My doctor told me I was fat. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. My BMI is good, just hadn't been to the gym during the pandemic. I know it was really tough to get in there too, right? 6'2", 200 pounds. Yum. Okay. All right, here we go. But yeah, the doctor will tell you you're fat, huh? Okay. So some more roses. All right, so I've done it. There's a few up here that I missed probably at the top of the chat, but I got through everything. And see, I've been going for 3 hours and 19 minutes, y'all. And I'm gonna check and see if we got some update on our possible live at the lead attorney's office. And so if y'all want to put in that chat some questions that y'all think we should ask, we should have on our list of some things we want to find out and know about. Let me see if he's given any updates on this possible live. Ooh, okay. All right. So here we go. At 8:05, y'all. At 8:05. Okay, cool. All right. So at 8:05, that's where we're going to leave here. And we're going over there in the group. We're going over there in full force to get some answers here. This here saying that there's going to be the lead attorney going live at 8:05. Is Deajhanae Jackosn arrested for Shanquella Robinson's murder? Geraldo, I lost the place. Oh, Geraldo Zunga responds. Okay, so we're gonna get it from the horse's mouth. Cool. All right, so y'all hear that? All right, let's be ready to move. So we're gonna move over in a whole bus, in a whole drove. We're gonna come there representing for beauties all over. We're coming there dropping our roses to make our presence known. And see, Muriel says, and sometimes there are disorders, imbalances in the brain. My daughter was born with growth hormone deficiency. She had to be on growth hormones for many years, injections every day. Now she is normal height. If not, she would have been a dwarf. Yes, I agree that there's definitely reasons for medical professionals to intervene with hormones. Like you said, your daughter was born with a growth hormone deficiency. So yes, that's approvable something there. That's different from a kid coming up to a parent and saying, "I feel like a goldfish," So that's that. I think that's where the feelings are at there. But of course, we want to get help for our people here, children. All right, Latricia Stevens says, no, the reason they thought she was transgender was because she kept taking her wig off in Cabo. Yeah, we had one of the videos that I played a little bit earlier, I guess showed a picture of her without the wig. And, so we did see what they saw on that one there. Geraldo Zuinga said in an interview, yeah. And the lead attorney had said that also too. So she will sing like a canary if the U.S. sends her back to Mexico. Y'all think she gonna sing like a canary? Yeah, I guess she don't want to make sure everybody go down with her. I ain't gonna hold this bag by myself. We're gonna have to shed a load. We're gonna shed a weight. Letitia says that is what I heard. But it seems that the Spanish gentleman was giving inaccurate information. Okay, and that's who we want to get these questions to, this here Spanish gentleman. That's exactly what we're going to be doing over here. And yeah, so it's going to be happening over there too. We got people already in the chat waiting to hear and get some questions answered. And we're going to see what and the lead attorney is excellent interview. He knows how to get the answers out of people. He knows how to cross-examine and question, all that good stuff. He's got 20 years of experience as an attorney, 20 years of experience as a family law attorney. You say, hola, a goldfish. No, I'm sorry. Ha ha. A goldfish. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did say that little joke. I be late sometime with my little sayings here. Yeah, a goldfish. All right. Yes, he was. Okay. All right, so we doing pretty good, y'all. Let me see here. Getting close to our time where we're going to make our journey over there. We're going to do a caravan where we're going to relocate our chat over to the lead attorney, where he's going to bring to us Geraldo, and we can confront the situation over there. We can confront the situation over there. And then we went through a few videos over here, and we have some questions and stuff, and I feel pretty confident that we're gonna be getting these questions and everything answered over here. Okay, another new comment. Let's make sure we address anybody. Geraldo was giving more facts than many outlets have provided. My beefy best friend is from Mexico, and there is a culture difference. There's definitely a cultural difference. The first time I had my bonnet, his face was confused. Gotcha. Yeah, so they're saying that, because Mexican people, over there, they really don't see people wearing wigs. Wearing a wig, is something totally, they don't never seen anybody to wear a wig and take a wig on and off. Like that was just such a new concept there that was the only thing that they could do was believe that it had to be a man. It's they taking a wig on or off like that. Possibly women don't take a wig on or Okay, all right. Queen Bee says, my natural beauties, oil and prime rose helped me back in the day when I was going through my personal summers. Okay, thank you. That's good to know. White girls are wearing bonnets now. White girls wearing bonnets now. Thank you for saying that. So y'all can see, like y'all know y'all just want to pin these bonnets and wigs on the black women, right? And if you are a black woman, you wear a bonnet or a wig. If you take it off, then you might be, mistaken on which one it is for a man. If you take it off, right? The only thing that's going to let the people know that you are a real woman is if you keep the wig on. You cannot remove it because, be suspicious that you might be perceived as a man. All right, Slap Assist says the so-called American black culture is not the same as Afro-Latinos. I get you. Yeah. Only in America. Okay. They are white. They are pink or red. They are white. They are, I guess you're going to say they're not white. They're pink or red. Okay. And shout out to new subscribers. Welcome. All right. Yeah. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for stopping by and hitting the like button and subscribing. This is going to be a really, we're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes here because we're going to go over to the lead attorney's channel. We're going to finish this up here right now because we were trying to get information on this yesterday, but nobody has had access to this gentleman, and the lead attorney has got that access. And so we're going to be able to go over there and get a lot of information right from the horse's mouth. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see. Vida Theirville says yes, and we're laughing out loud over here. they wearing BBLs too. So white women is wearing bonnets and BBLs, right? Bonnets and BBLs. What's gonna be next, right? They're gonna start practicing on how to do this move. Come on, white women, start practicing, and then all of a sudden they're gonna do it, and they're gonna give them the credit for it. Yeah, white women do this, huh? Now all of a sudden, let me stop. Anyway, yeah. So we'll be ready to give them the credit for doing the thing. This is the thing that they don't like about us, because we know how to do this here. Beverly Foster says, and the boyfriend is biologically a girl. Shaking my head. See there, I know some of these things, right? That's shaking my head. I know that one. All right, she's a big girl with chiseled features. All right, there we go with some more excuses here. Have a great evening. Here go another one. SRY. I had to step away for a few. Sorry, right? Okay. They are not white. They are pink or red. Okay, somebody keeps referring to them as white, and it's offending, Shelly. Remember to smash the like and the replay. Thank you so much. Yes, we need the replay to happen up in here. Jewish women wear wigs, but theirs is more realistic. It's more realistic probably because it looks like their hair. When black women wear wig, we get a wig that look like somebody's hair that's not ours. Like you don't be seeing nobody get a wig, so that's probably, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Jewish women wear wigs, but theirs is more realistic. Yeah. Be yourself, people. Everybody, we need to be ourselves. Be happy with what we have. Be happy with what we have. All right. So we're coming to a close here. Hey, Jess, at Jess TV. Hey, all around this group. We about to go over to the lead attorney's channel, y'all. So good for y'all that's joining up in here. We about to go over there. We about to go over there, and we throwing in the roses. So we're gonna let the people know in the chat the beauties have arrived. All right, so I want to thank everybody who has been sticking with me for this last 3.5 hours. But right now we need to take a little deep breath, get ourselves together. So go get you a drink of water, some coffee, and meet me at the lead attorney's channel. So we'll see y'all there in a little bit. The last comment here, I'm gonna read off, then we're going. Hey, you in the bushes, smash the like. It's confidential. So peace and love. See y'all on the lead attorney. All right, I'm gonna shout y'all out in the chat. So we're gonna make sure see who's checking in. Roll call lead attorney right now.